Bitchin, rock and roll, super bitchin, super bitchin, rock and roll.
You should just hit the record button like Joe Rogan. You know what I mean? Like they're just like mid chat.
That's what I do.
And then somebody's like, "Oh, are we recording now?" And Joe's like, "Yeah, I think we're recording. We're recording, right?"
That's exactly what I do. We are recording.
And in 3, 2, no, fuck that shit.
So
go, hit the button.
All right, so we're back. Raphael, our guest number 1.
Rafa.
He's putting that.
It's not just that. It's also the L. You know, I dropped the L. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's all good. You call me Raphael, but especially when it comes to introductions, I'd like to be referred to as Rafa. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Or Rafa. Rafa is fine. You know what I mean? But just because that's the rap name now, and also, you know, pretty much what I'm going by in, you know, the streets. Not the streets, but you know, like just fucking life. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I bet you we can get you some more gigs faster than that one you just booked in June. Another guy's been working out of here doing some rap stuff. He's been helping with promotion a bit. Yeah.
Well, that's what's up, man. I'm trying to make it happen. I just got a guy, to help me. You know, like a guy. You know, I call him my guy in the chair. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I really just need a set of hands to help me out. You know what I'm saying? Somebody maybe be on the soundboard on my behalf. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Making sure that my vocals and the beat are all, you know, like, you know, meshed well and stuff, and gonna skip to the song when I tell him to skip to the song, or just is aware because we practice together. He knows what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Just like my guy. Doesn't have to be a DJ. In hip hop, it's usually an MC and a DJ.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But god damn it, if I can't seem to get my hands on a good DJ, a good reliable DJ.
Right.
Like who's
oh my God! Just getting performers to show up sometimes. I can't believe how often they don't show up when everything's there for them. Mm-hmm. Do you have my lighter by chance?
Yes, it's right here.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna have a little puff. What do you want to start with? He just got over here and we just started talking. Mm-hmm. We haven't talked music at all yet.
Mm-hmm. So, except for I am now confirmed that Van Halen is your favorite band.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think, you know.
I mean, he just made the decision now. It's official. Van Halen, you win. You know, you were wondering who was the super bitchin' band of the fucking GOAT. It's Van Halen. It's y'all. Y'all win. Here's
David Lee Roth years.
We give you a salute with the lighter. Yes. Well, I add one thing. You know, I like, you know, I bring some hip hop to the plate. You know what I mean?
You got one ready to go?
No, but you know,
because if you don't, while we're talking, I'll put on one.
Well, I was actually, you got your hip hop track to play?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, we could fucking do that. I know that shit. You know, ain't my first time hearing this track.
Figure we might as well have something going in the background when we start talking about your next track. Or whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah, you know, well, I did have something to go into, but we'll jam to this because, you know, fucking shit, and we're smoking, you know. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're probably gonna go in the direction of Paul Simon after this because of all the hip hop that's borrowed from him. One song in particular.
Nice,
you know?
Nice.
But for a second, since you put this on, let's talk about this a little bit. This Master of Reality. That's not. What was the name of that? Their iconic one, the one that we were talking about last time.
Well, Black Sabbath, their first one, and then Paranoid's the second.
Paranoid, I think that's it.
I think.
So is their first one as good as Paranoid? Because I haven't listened to any album except for Paranoid by them. And varies. Paranoid was just like, I was blown away. I was like, oh, this is like just hot shit from beginning to end. This is not like you got to be into rock for this. This is just like easy to dig.
It's easy to go.
Fucking rock.
Even though it's heavy rock, it's easy to listen to. It's nothing but nobody screaming in your face or anything shit like that. And slow. I think the.
This is the first one?
The second album.
Is this the first or third?
This is the third.
Okay.
And first album's just as good as the first, as the second. Yeah, first and second are as good as each other. Who knows?
Okay.
I guess they're. God, it's close. It's close. You know, the thing about the first one, of course, is that's the first one. They invented it. You know.
Well, I mean, if it's close, then that's that.
I say the same thing.
The question.
Van Halen 1 and Van Halen 2. There's some things better about Van Halen 2, but it only came out a year later. But
is their first album, Black Sabbath's first album? Is it just a self-titled album?
Yeah.
Okay, so Paranoid is the name of their first.
Second, yeah.
Album with a name that's not their band.
Yeah, and they have a song called Black Sabbath on Black Sabbath.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. This is Black Sabbath performing Black Sabbath from Black Sabbath.
Yeah. I guess they saw a line outside of the movie theater had for scary movies, so it was near where they rehearsed. They were constantly seeing it, you know, and there was one called Black Sabbath, and
so there's an actual scary movie called Black Sabbath that band is named after.
Yeah, I think it's from the 60s.
Now I got to see it. I love scary movies.
And it's not going to be very scary, I don't think.
I mean, it's the 60s, of course not. It wasn't the 70s yet, you know? It's not 1969, Night of the Living Dead, which, let's be honest, isn't really that scary.
No.
You know, although it's enjoyable.
It is.
I mean, there's a handful of, do you know, actually, this is one of the things that I wanted to go with you in the direction of, but I'll hold off because I don't want us to get to the end of the track and still be talking about it and be like, well, I'm going to keep on.
We can talk more about Black Sabbath a little bit. Geezer Butler wrote all these lyrics, not Ozzy Osbourne.
Okay, how do you feel about that in terms of, you're not a musician, or you don't identify as a musician.
Nah.
Right? But you do have, you're a fucking engineer, you fucking mix music, you participate in music. Mm-hmm. You must have opinions about
make a lot of musical decisions,
How do you feel about, let's say there's a band, but one member of the band writes all the music. Do you feel like that discredits the rest of the members as musicians, or makes the music any more fake, or...
It's common. One guy has bigger ego than everybody else. One guy's a little more head dog, always.
What if a band is like doing their thing and it's okay, and then somebody else is like, let's say an A&R. An A&R from a studio is like, oh man, you guys are fucking, I see the potential. You just need the right song. Right. Here, I got this song I wrote. He's not even in the band, and he gives it to the band.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Is that like
we know
a manufactured? Like, do you look at that as something manufactured? I've
always, had a little bit of a problem with the fact that it is just favors in the music industry. So and so, I produced this album. I've got credit on it, and if they know that if that kicks up more, it'll sell more copies. Okay, we're gonna do a cover of a song I worked on before. They always do covers of songs that the record company owns or somebody's going to make money on,
Okay.
It's not just that it's the cool song. There's usually a money-making deal behind it. Not always, but
I think of Ray. Ray Charles in the movie. He goes to the studio and he's clearly a master, but they're like, oh, you're doing this guy, you're doing that guy, you're doing this guy. Don't you have your own sound? Well, here, play this song that I wrote. Uh-huh. And his first song, Mess Around. Mess Around. You know that one?
I can't recall it.
You can pull it up. That's a short song. It won't take too long to enjoy. It's one of my favorites from back in the day. There you go. It's already popped up. Boom.
That's from the movie.
Yeah, it's from the movie.
Get the record.
But yeah, this was written by the A&R who, put him on after he realized that he didn't really have his original sound. And the A&R was like, well, I got an original song. So, it's not a Ray Charles composition or writing, but it is his first introduction.
Okay, well, Van Halen 2, they play a version of Linda Ronstadt, You're No Good, which actually wasn't a Linda Ronstadt song. It was written by somebody else before that. But this guy produced the Linda Ronstadt song and was working with Linda Ronstadt at that time, and he brought the song to Van Halen.
But I mean, like in particular, when you're looking at a situation like this, where you're talking about a Linda Ronstadt song, and it's like, well, they still, by the time they put it out, people still know, oh, they're doing a Linda Ronstadt song, as opposed to something where it's like a song that nobody knows that an A&R wrote for an artist.
Right. Well, that's been a big conversation too with some buddies here. Like, okay, Aerosmith was a great rock band.
Which one?
Aerosmith.
All right, yeah. Yeah, you need to turn the vocals up just so slightly.
Wait, I know we're getting loud. It's clipping. It's getting in the red.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Maybe it's just the name, Aerosmith. Just kind of like flies under the radar and the aesthetic value of the word.
Anyway, Aerosmith, they did a lot of great songs in the early days, and they were based on, themselves, sex, drugs, rock, and they were drug addicts and drunks, and and they brought out a lot of sleaze. That was what they were good at. And then later on, they get people like famous writers that wrote hits to make them write some hits.
That sounds appropriate. That's like when you know what that reminds me of.
Well, it's always been that.
But I'm just saying it's art. It's the way art is. The art is nuanced and multi-dimensional. You know what I mean? Like Daniel Tosh?
You know who?
Daniel Tosh, stand-up comedian.
Oh yeah.
He succeeds at stand-up comedy. Gets a Comedy Central show, and so maybe just turn the YouTube down just a touch.
Yeah.
And that would solve our problem.
Guess so.
But yeah. So he gets a show on Comedy Central, hires the best writers he can find at Harvard. You know what I mean? To do his scripts. It's like, you can't get mad at dude for not writing all his jokes on his TV show.
Right. Oh no.
You know what I mean? Come on now.
No, look at it. Every great TV show has had great writers that everybody knows about that went on to other shows.
Writing team, and you're supporting other people. Like, I thought about that. Do you know who Danny Trejo is? He's like the Mexican tough guy in Machete and all that stuff. Yeah. He you got Tom Cruise, and Tom Cruise is like, I'm an epic action actor. I'm gonna do all my own stunts.
Yep.
Right? And it's like cool. Yeah, it's cool. A little bit crazy, but a little bit cool. You know what I mean? But Danny Trejo's like, I would never want to do my own stunts because all that does is robs a stuntman out of a job. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That stuntman has a job. I'm not trying to take his job. I got my job. I'm the actor.
Right.
And
in the music business, there's a job for everybody.
Well, it's a collaborative effort, and the collaboration doesn't necessarily demean the work of the artist or the creativity or the contribution of the artist.
No.
I just feel like you just need to recognize. But in hip hop, they're much more strict. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and get into some Paul Simon. 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. Classic.
Excellent.
I actually was just I was just over at Chili's having some sliders and beer with my homegirl, and the song came on, and I was just talking to her about it. That's why I wanted to talk to you about it. And so I look at her son, and I'm like, "You recognize this song?" And he's listening. He's like, because I don't ever really hear it in public. You know what I mean? I just know about it because I love good music.
I haven't heard it since when it
But it was in the fucking Chili's.
When I was a kid, it was on all the time.
Yeah, it's a good track. Listen to those drums right there. Just like the percussion alone. What would you call those drums? What is that?
Well, that's a shuffle.
Shuffle.
What's this guy's name? Is it Steve Gadd? We should look that up.
Steve Gadd sounds familiar.
I think it is, and I think he played on those Steely Dan albums that were so big.
Oh, you're saying Steve Gadd is
the drummer,
possibly the person who's performing the drums,
studio drummer
in the studio with this. Okay,
how about
rock on.
I need to look that up.
Well, you should be able to look it up in this internet browser right here.
That one's just an extension of my screen.
It's 2025, y'all. Roaring 20s.
So laid back.
Fucking Paul Simon's vocals, like seriously, like just how his vocals, like it's like cream cheese on a bagel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just like smooth and
this came out in
flavorful.
75. I was 7, and I heard it constantly.
It's a good example of why the 70s is good.
But then it did go away. Even in the 80s, I don't remember hearing it much.
It's because of the fucking You Could Call Me Out, which is fucking phenomenal for an 80s track. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like in the video, Chevy Chase, you know what I'm talking about?
Right. Oh, yep, I was right. Steve Gadd.
Nice.
And
high five.
If you look that up, I think he's the guy that does some of the big tracks on Steely Dan's Asia, whatever the fuck they call it.
Oh, did you strip out your microchip?
Yep.
Oh no.
Yeah, I wonder who else was on this. I bet it's some other major.
But just this
players.
right here, just this. There's this. That is just again and again used in hip hop. I wanted to highlight a couple.
Kick drum sounds so good. It's got long sustain.
I want to go from like most commercial to least commercial of the hip hop tracks that utilize this, and it's fun to see how many different directions they went in. You know. Well, not how many. It's like I only got 2 tracks to actually play, but you know, I'm not trying to beat you over the head with it either. You know what I mean? But
no, it's all right. I'm interested.
50 ways to leave your lover.
Such a cool, gentle playing. That boom. That
see this part where he gets all fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like
it's almost like the pop country of the time.
Well, it's okay. First of all, the hip hop tracks that I say borrow from this, never borrow from that part.
Never part. No, I could imagine.
They just have that like little shuffle drum and those chords, and so when I finally heard the original where it came from, I'm like, oh, okay, I love Paul Simon. Paul Simon's fucking, I mean, Sound of Silence was one of the first songs that I wasn't introduced to by my parents, but was from their generation that made me go, this is just incredible.
Really good stereo separation.
It's fucking dope. But okay, so pull up Eminem. My dude Eminem. Everybody loves Eminem, right? He rocked this beat very early in his career when he was just blowing up. Eminem did
what's the song called?
It's called Murder Murder. So Eminem came out in 1996 with a EP that he called his Positive record, you know what I mean? And said I try to be positive. But then in 97, actually the very next year, so 96 is Infinite. 97 he says fuck it, he comes out with the Slim Shady Alter Ego, comes out with this mixtape or this EP, and this song and all the songs kind of got absorbed onto the Slim Shady LP, except for this one was re-released on the Friday soundtrack, or the next Friday, one of the sequels of Friday. And he tells a story. This shit is in my hands. For what you watch first, this money is twice then. Grab a couple grand and live a nice land. See, I could turn it up just a touch. I'm thirsty for this green so bad I'm dehydrating.
Hurry up with the cash, bitch. I got a ride waiting. Shot a man twice in the back when he tried skating.
Thirst pine, I won't deny Nathan. Leave me with my head inside straighten.
Brain contemplating, clean out the register.
Quick before somebody
catches you. Or get to the scripts and then sketches you. The connection was the prime suspect. But I ain't set to flee the scene of the crime just yet. Cause I got a daughter to feed.
But $200 ain't enough to water the seed.
The best thing would be for me to leave Taco Bell and hit up Chess King. And have the lady at the desk bring
money from the safe in the back.
Stepped in, waving the Mac. Cooperate, we can operate.
And save an attack.
This bitch tried to escape in a jack. Rat about a throat, this murder she wrote. You
barely heard of her that she choked.
It wasn't nothing for her to be smoked.
So slammed her back to the vertebrae broke. So he's just telling a story. I think he's really kind of like showing off his rhyme schemes at the time, you know, like look at how I flipped these rhyme schemes, and also his storytelling ability. He's kind of like, he's really good at painting a picture, you know what I mean? With the way that he describes an image, a scene. I remember somebody pointed that out to me very early on in his career, and I was like, okay, yeah, that is a big part of what's dope about him. I never thought about that, but he does paint a clear picture that you can see in your mind as he's saying it.
Left the house, pulling out the drive, backing out. We were backing out, this lady's jag started blacking out. Pulled the Mac 10 out, stuck it in her face, shut your yakking mouth. Or blow the brain from out the back of your scalp. Drug her by her hair, smacked her up, figured fuck it, mug her while you're there. Jacked her up, stole her car, made her profit. Grab a tape from out the deck and knocked it out the window like the girl and set it off did. Jetted off, kids, stole the whip, now I'm a criminal. Drove it through somebody's yard, dove into this swimming pool. Climbed down and collapsed on the patio. I made it out alive, but I'm injured badly though. Parents screaming.
Son, go in and call the police. Tell them there's a crazy man disturbing all of the peace.
Tried to stall him at least long enough to let me leap up. Running their crib and at least leave with some little cheap stuff. Acting like they never seen nobody hit a lick before. Smashed the window, grabbed a Nintendo 64. When they sell out in stores,
The price triples.
I ran up the block, jumping kids
On tricycles.
Collided with an 80-year-old lady with groceries. There goes cheese, eggs, milk, and post toasties. Stood up and started to see stars. Too many siren sounds, it seemed like 1,000 police cars. Barely escaped, must have been some dumb luck. Jumped up and climbed the back of a moving dump truck. But I think somebody seen me maybe. Plus I lost the damn Nintendo.
And I must have dropped the Beanie Babies.
Fuck it, I give up. I'm surrounded in blue suits. Came out with a white flag, hollering.
Truce.
Surrendering my weapon to cops. Wasn't me, it was the gangster rap and the peppermint schnapps.
That's pretty much it. I think the rest of the track is just kind of like, you know, the beat, right? But you hear the 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover.
Yeah, it ruins it though.
You think it ruins 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover?
Well, it doesn't even sound as good. They've ran it through some shit.
Well, I see, I feel like this is why I was scared to show you hip hop, because I feel like you're looking at the wrong thing. You know what I mean? Like think about it like theater, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, if there was a movie,
I don't
you watch
think
a
much
movie.
of theater either.
Well, film. Think about it like film.
Okay.
Film.
Because I was gonna say.
You're watching a movie, and fucking, your song kicks in. Break on through to the other side, and then it's
course.
like there for a couple of seconds, and then they move on with the scene. You don't go, what the fuck? They didn't play the breakdown and the solo and all. No, you just fucking understand the role that it played in this other art that's doing something very different. Is that fair?
No, I get it. Music can be
I mean,
used in a lot of ways.
Rap is an acronym, right?
I can't even remember what that would be.
Rhythm and poetry. So we borrow the rhythm from here to display the poetry.
Let's talk about stealing.
Hey, stealing. Hey, what is it? You seen Heretic?
What's that?
What are they? It's a new horror movie that came out this past.
I haven't seen anything new.
This past winter. I'm thinking about the word that he used. Variations. I want to say it was Variations. He was talking about how Radiohead stole Creep from some other band, and then some other band stole it from Creep, and it's just the same shit recycled and recycled as what is it? Floyd would say? No. There's nothing new under the sun. Was it? Yeah. All this in the sun with the tune was in tune. That is a under the sun. Nothing new under the sun. Is that not Floyd? Pink Floyd? Where's that from?
I'm not sure.
Where's that line from? About. You never heard that line? I gotta look it up. Google to the rescue. In the meantime,
yeah, what do you want to hear?
Pull up Pigeon John, Passion.
Pigeon. How do you spell pigeon?
Oh, it's from the Bible. I'm quoting the Bible. You know me. Where's that from? Ecclesiastes, of course. Same place we get Memento Mori.
Pigeon John, what was that again?
Passion.
I'm out of it. I just got done with this session.
Well, get into it, man. You're misspelling passion.
Well, it comes up.
Well, that's not... Okay, there you go. It still comes up. Yeah, there you go.
That's it?
Yeah. Put it on, jam.
Time. Keep running and gunning in your own shine. The mind will deceive cause it never takes time. The will to succeed will make the first dime. Rush alongside the whole worldwide. Bounce to the rhythm and slip to collide. Every single molecule, my body was made to move. Mingle with no intention at all to show and prove. Slip in the back to get the format. I seen her standing there, welcome me floor mat. What can I do when my whole world crumbles apart? Follow along,
Breaks.
entranced to be a part. I'm well and wide, completely tied. Follow along. apart.
Pump, pump.
Rolling in with his bright shofar. Now tell me again, what do you have to offer? Ha.
Right off the rip, I'd love to know your opinion on this alternative approach to the vibe.
Well, I like it a lot more than I like
Eminem, and that's Eminem. That says a lot. Now this next guy's less musical. He's more my speed.
In the year I approach 21, I am young and I sing the songs never sung, with no money, no gun, but the voice of a cop. Cajun who can only rock mics non-stop. You can ask my pop when he does the moonwalk. We can pack the room so the doorways are blocked. Pigeon John makes the ladies swoon. Faint, an MC, but first he's the down-to-earth saint. With the microphone I reacquaint myself unblemished, no taint. Paint me as you want if I stand or sit.
May I pose only Christ with my life portrait. It's the way of a pilgrim.
I progress
when I love God's children and find rest.
Dave Jank be blessed.
And if they laugh and spit in your face, you can remember his grace passionate. See, it's always at the end of the day a platform for poetry. I mean, not always. There is turntablism.
Right.
There is, and lately it's been getting more musical. I don't personally like hip hop getting to. Not that I'm a hater, but like I like it as a avenue for poetry. This is Pigeon again.
The world turn around, who are you? Question. Will you be my girl? Bugaboo question.
Allow John to make a small suggestion. Call, pay, DM up in the fly BM.
Can't you see MLA, Sim, TMC? Cause all everybody really want is to
But
be
Tapwater
loved,
kills
and
this
we'll
too.
kill if we have to scratch the dove.
I do not have a car, but I don't feel the pain. I walk real slow in the snow and the rain.
Chicago and Wells, and I step on the train.
Everybody's loud, I'm lost in the crowd.
97 people, I know not one name. I look out the window,
My thoughts unrestrained.
God, it's rather plain what I want in this life.
To rap with my kids and swing dance with my wife. They're both Christian artists. I mean, Pigeon John was never really limited to the Christian market. He ended up getting signed to Basement Records. He was signed to Basement Records as a solo artist, and then he got signed to Quantum Records, which brought us Black Alicious and Lyrics Born. I mean, Lyrics Born pretty much ran them. But just really powerful music, California revolutionary hip hop. So he was never limited to the Christian market. Tapwater was way more independent than him, not even like successful enough to be Christian. Like he had his own thing that he did independently. And but I love Tapwater. I love the poetics and the lyricism. So before we throw on anything else, if we could just keep it silent for a second while I close out my point that I'm making about about 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover, is so we got Eminem, and Eminem's borrowing it. He's saying murder, murder, and he's got this whole song where he's just murdering people throughout the song, and that's fine because what he's really doing is the equivalent of a short film, through lyricism. He's showing you,
I guess so,
through his ill poetics, like an illustration. Thankfully, we got my dude Pigeon John, and he comes and he's like musical with it and spiritual. He's laying himself before God. So quite the opposite of what Eminem did with the track.
Yeah, I didn't like the Eminem thing.
Yeah, well, it's not my favorite Eminem track, but that Pigeon John, that's not even my favorite Pigeon John track. Pigeon John is a beast with his skills. We could listen to another Pigeon John track after this in a minute.
That is kick-ass, though. That drum, that fucking the original drum, though, sounds so good.
Right. It's like you don't have to do nothing to it.
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Just leave it as it is and use it as a what I call a music bed to lay some poetry down. You know what I mean?
You're always asking me what rap I might like, so I thought of one. I don't really like
Wait.
it.
Wait. I'm not done. Real quick. I wanted to mention Sage Francis. All right.
You want me to look up Sage Francis?
I would love it if he had it on there, but I looked it up. I tried hard, and I can't find this track. So Sage Francis is like the most punk rock character, I would say, in hip hop. There's a lot of revolutionary voices, but it's mostly on, red, black, green, pro-black, damn the man kind of thing from that perspective. But Sage Francis is very punk rock in his tone. He sounds like a punk rock anarchist in the way that he protests capitalism and protests the establishment and protests, just everything, the government. I mean, it's not even necessarily liberal. It's just fucking, just anarcho-com. I mean, I don't want to call him anarcho-communist. That would be a blanketed box to put him in. I don't want to just put him in it. But I'm just saying, you feel the energy that I'm talking about.
Yeah,
He's a great artist. He's a great artist and a poet. And for a little while he was coming up, he put together a band called AOI, short for Art Official Intelligence. And they, with his band, I wish I had the clip because I used to have the DVD. I went to see him on tour. I bought his DVD off his merch table. It was fucking dope. They had a rendition where he's doing it, and he's doing 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover with the band, and the band's, playing the drums, and
cool.
And he's doing the bar. He's got his bars, but his version, I thought I loved it because it made the most reference to the original out of these other two. It was called 50 Ways to Diss Your Ex-Lover Without Calling Her a Bitch.
Nice. There you go.
Which is clever and fun. Lets him get out his relationship angst, but also kind of like calls out fucking rappers for being typical and just going bitch, 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 and going, hey, there's other diss words, like you could be more original than that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and not even rappers, fucking dudes, you know what I mean? For like, it's, oh yeah, fucking bitch that I dated, it's like yo, even if you want to diss her, like can you be a little bit more creative?
Yeah, get creative about it.
Yeah, come on now, unoriginal. Now let's hear a rap song that you like.
Well, I was gonna say I don't really like it that much, but a friend of mine really does, and he always he's always playing it.
You're not gonna play something with a salute, are you?
That's how the cartoon was doing.
It looked. I don't know.
But the thing about this is, it's I don't like all that tick, tick, tick so much, but at least it gets a little bit.
Yeah, I was never big on that shit in any rap.
There's a heaviness about it. And my favorite thing about it is they use this cartoon from the 30s. And
that's definitely... Well, the cartoons...
Cab Calloway did the same cartoon in something.
Okay, I'm fucking with this. I don't know what it's about, but first of all, I agree. Cartoon is dope.
The cartoon is what I like about it.
Like you could just show me the cartoon. I'd be like, yeah, this is dope. Let's make a fucking podcast about this. But the track is writing too. It's not bad.
Listen to this fast stuff.
See, I feel like if you were into rap, you would be one of these dudes who had like a small car with a big system, and you would just be rolling around showing off the bass. Because that's what I feel like when I hear this. This is a great song for like a car show.
Yeah, that's pretty fun stuff, but I've never been a big bass guy. It makes me feel shitty actually to hear all that. I really don't like it. I like some people have headphones they love. Listen to them. Listen to the bass. They extend the bass. Like, no, I want to hear it flat.
I've never been all about the bass either, but since you bring up some bass, can I show you a track that has heavy bass that I love? See what you think of that track?
Certainly.
It's called, so this is called, the artist name is Quell.
Is that because your phone's next to the cable?
Oh, shit, I forgot about that shit. Did I put it on Do Not Disturb? I need to put it on Do Not Disturb, too, while I'm at it. So don't be like, okay, QWEL, Quell. And we'll call this song Berserker.
Spakes. Berserker.
BERZER.
Oops.
KER. Yeah, shit right there. I'd love to know what you think of this track.
on and get it, flip it, feed it to the needy. Yes, indeedy, needy, bodylistic glitches in it, flip it, beat it, repeating, deleting, syntax error, electroshock the condition, the cat to repair us, get back, repair us, find a glitch, fix them, get it down, they're not allowed to deviate from the system provided by violence, the lightning rod the circuits, his inner work, it's rusty, busted, his mind, a line of circus and fuck it, but he done trusted in his busted system since his conception, nudge and shot the trudge along without a sense of direction, it took a glitch to get the robot stop and think what got him, pen programmed to think a solution, reaction, a problem, reaction, solution, grease the axle, keep the masses deluded, polluted, shooting, divvied and conquered, divided, corpus callosum, holds them active response.
Yeah, good tones in this one.
See, if I'm in a situation where I got a real cool booming system,
Yeah.
and I want to show off the bass, it's gonna be my go-to song. I love this jam. It rides hard. It's a real dope. It's Quell and Maker. Quell is the rapper. He's a real cool, nerdy white dude from Chicago. It's always funny. I always bring up his name when we're mentioning Chicago greats, because Chicago is so different from one cat to the next. You know, you got like, Chance the Rapper. You got Lupe Fiasco, Kanye West, Twista, one of the fastest rappers on the planet. They're all so different from one another. Common, classic, conscious, neo-soul kind of rapper. And then you got this dude who never is mentioned. And it's not because he's so underground. You know? He's so independent. He's not nearly as successful as these other artists. But I feel like, at least in my catalog, well, with the exception of Common, because Common is way the fuck up there. And Kanye, I kind of like. Okay, maybe he's not necessarily on the same level as these other artists, but it's not equally as great and epic, but it's equally as good. You know, like, it's just quality production, especially for an underground artist.
Well, I like the way they're running shit through other shit to make these tones and turning knobs for real.
That's Maker. You got to give that to Maker. Maker's a producer. He's a cool Mexican dude. He was from a group called Glue, which was three dudes. It was ADM, Maker, and a DJ. Oh my God, I'm such an ass. You know what? I got Google. Google's gonna help me out on this one.
You threw your phone that way, remember?
Oh yeah. My bad to the DJ of Glue for not remembering your name. You know, you're the shit.
You should get together with some guys that know this shit as well as you and go ape shit.
Ain't nobody who knows this shit as well as me. Nah, seriously. I mean, if there is somebody who knows this shit as well as me, they know a certain niche of aspect of it better than me,
certainly.
And then not some other thing.
Right.
They'll know about Quell and Sage Francis, but they won't know about Pigeon John. You know what I mean? And they probably won't know about Eminem like that for sure. Hold on, let me see. What was I just saying? Oh yeah, the DJ from Glue, Glue, Glue. Hip wiki. That should probably give me the answer I'm looking for. Maybe I'll just ask it straight up. DJ DQ. So yeah, there was a project that was so the Maker makes all the music.
I can't get past DQ. I want a peanut butter parfait.
Yo man, can I be human for a second with you? Can I be vulnerable and just be honest with you, man? I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick. We're gonna take a 5-second break.
Okay, we can.
You'll have to forgive my blab. Just cut it right there.
No, we'll just edit this out. Yeah, I've done this. Me and my buddy did this. The other day, and we drank hard. And
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm drinking. I've been
breaks.
drinking.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And right after these messages.
I'll just have a puff.
All right. Regreso.
Headphones are on.
Oh, I was gonna take it with me. Is that not okay? I want to be able to hear. All right.
Yeah, I gotta jump up and down or something to wake up.
It's fun though, right? With the hip-hop,
it's going good.
Like the hip hop is vibing, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. Welcome back to Super Bitchin' Rock and Roll.
You know it.
Rafa here with my main dude Jamie.
Super bitch.
You just keep it Jamie, huh? You don't
Yeah,
really get
just
too crazy
Jamie. I don't ever care about no nicknames or anything, you know. Jameis is funny sometimes.
Jameis?
I've had people call me that just for it just comes out for funny. Jameis or something.
I'm gonna call you Jim. I'm just fucking with you.
Or Jamers. Girls have called me Jamers in the past.
Jamie is a gender neutral name. It's like they, them.
Yeah. I look pretty feminine, don't I?
I guess you are a bit androgynous, right? That's the word we used to use back in the day.
I guess. So.
But no, that was pretty much it. I really just wanted to highlight that whole Paul Simon thing because.
Oh man, that drum beat is great.
Yeah, and I swear to God, it was made for hip hop. You know, he knew he was producing future hip hop songs when hip hop wasn't even in existence yet.
Not even close.
And he was like, "What?" Well, actually, no, I take that back. 75. So hip hop was in existence, but
it was nothing hip
hop.
Was
Paul Simon rolling through, West and South Bronx in the 70s, early 70s?
I'm sure he hung out a little everywhere. He was in on all the action.
That would be cool. That would be cool to know.
But I don't think he had anything to do with that. That's nothing.
No, I know. But I do think that hip hop in its origins, in its foundation in 1973, Bronx, New York, I think that it was revolutionary both culturally and musically enough that should hypothetically a character such as Paul Simon go strolling through there, he would appreciate it. Particularly, that's what happened with Blondie.
Blondie and Rapture. Yeah.
You know, and not just Blondie. Blondie was what would you call Blondie as band genre? What genre of music is that?
Well, they were on the edge of new wave, and they had a bit of a retro-y garageness to them at first, especially Ripper to Shreds or something, the early stuff. Boy, let's do that. Let's get this.
Some Blondie? Rapture?
No.
Oh, okay. Another one.
An early one that people don't really know that well.
Hey, if it's Blondie, I'm down.
Before they were popular at all.
I was kind of feeling the punk rock influence.
Yeah.
And I was going to mention how...
this is so early, so I just thought it would bring it...
Hey, man,
You hear that Lou Reed...
I don't really know Lou Reed like that.
Oh, the Velvet Underground kind of
okay.
Dirty New York.
Is Lou Reed a member of the Velvet Underground?
Yeah.
The Velvet Underground is one of the originators of punk rock, yes?
Kinda. To some people they think so, yeah.
Okay.
But this is, I think, kind of defines Blondie pretty well.
It feels more new wave than...
But it's very early for him.
Than the stuff that I know. But I like new wave. I like new wave and punk. Yeah, I feel like punk and hip hop really go hand in hand. They were both straight out of New York in the 70s. You know what I mean? They must have been like right across the street from each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, they played it. Everybody was right there at CBGB's or whatever.
Skateboarders in California, I feel like were more punk rock. And skateboarders in New York were more hip hop. But I feel like because of that, a skateboarder in New York would probably go from a hip hop show to a punk show in the same night. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Like, that sounds like a good short film.
Yeah. There's a little documentary on PBS about the China Wars or something like that. A couple of punk clubs, well, it was Chinese restaurants that played punk bands because there was no one else to play and the restaurants weren't doing well. So Tuesday night we're going to have, somebody. And they had some pretty big bands. But then there was another one, Madame Wong's or something. I can't remember. I can't even fucking remember the names right now. But there was two punk clubs that competed, and there's a great documentary about it. Real early shit.
But you see my point. My point is that, I don't know, maybe for all I know, Paul Simon did come across hip hop culture in its foundation and smoke a blunt with them or a joint.
Sure he did.
You know what I mean? And then just moved along. It was like, that was cool.
Well, Paul Simon's
you know what I mean?
stuff has always been about rhythm. He's always had big percussive things. Some of his albums, I think, didn't he go to Africa for one? Well, didn't he have all of
God, that sounds so familiar.
I'm trying to think.
It definitely was in the 80s if it happened.
I think it's...
Is he still making music?
Like 90.
What was the last Paul Simon record? Is he still alive?
Yeah, he is. He was just on Saturday Night Live. Wasn't he?
I just love You Can Call Me Out, because I'm an 80s kid. So You Can Call Me Out to me is just, when I heard You Can Call Me Out, and then later realized it was the same person who did Sound of Silence. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like, oh, you know, it's like George Harrison doing Got My Mind Set on You after doing fucking While My Guitar Gently Weeps. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? So you're like this is a very different approach to music, but knocks this shit out the park too. Can't act like this is fucking bad music because it's pop. I think I Got My Mind Set on You is way better than like fucking Live and Let Live by Paul Simon.
That's what we were gonna. Paul Simon, he did have.
I mean, not Paul Simon. Paul. What's the other one? The Beatles. Paul McCartney.
Yep.
Paul McCartney.
Okay, did Graceland?
No. Paul Simon, I like.
Which didn't he do an?
I want to say more than George Harrison, but probably equal to. I really like George Harrison a lot. He's my second favorite Beatle.
Oh, he did an Africa concert.
I mean, Paul McCartney's a beast, but he's just not my kind of artist. You know, like John Lennon's clearly like a nerd. You know what I mean? He's like an artist. He's like an avant-garde. John Lennon, I feel like, represented the avant-garde element of the Beatles, whereas Paul McCartney was more like, you know, the classic, you know, songwriter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like pop songwriter. Like I feel like Paul McCartney songs are pop songs, you know? Blackbird singing in the dead of night. You know what I'm saying? Versus, you know, like I Want You.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a very different vibe. And all the Paul McCartney songs, they were great pop songs though. They were like the greatest pop songs, but they were still pop songs. You know? And then George Harrison was more of a musician's musician, and Ringo was a drummer.
It certainly was.
What are we about to listen to? What are we getting to?
Oh,
what were we talking? What were you looking up? You're like doing something.
Yeah, I kept thinking about. Well, we did Blondie, and you had something else. I thought.
Blondie, I have plenty. I'll play. You know what? Play. I wanted to play this before when we were playing Pigeon John, just because we played Passion, and you liked Passion most of the hip hop between him and Eminem. Just to show you another dope Pigeon John sound and what hip hop can do musically. Pull up Eviction Notice, Pigeon John Eviction Notice. Same record as Passion. It's really good. It's infectious.
Yeah, I got to type over here and look over there.
Here, tap down. One time. There you go. That's not gonna pull it up. You gotta type Pigeon John. Pigeon. Tap down once. Probably pull it up. There you go. Check that shit out. Tell me you don't feel this shit.
Yeah, do you go to...
I want to turn it up a little bit. It's so dope.
Yeah, we go.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, how much is it?
It's 135. You gotta move up.
I have 125. Is there...
No, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Woke up in the morning and yo, what did I see? Bitchin notice on the floor looking at me.
Fell back onto the bed and into insanity.
Cause I've been losing my job since the age of 16. Let me tell you how life is show. Most of my life, yo, I've been poor. Working ever since 16 years old. Life is a game, but I wanna fold. If I want more, then I gotta sow. If I don't sow, then I turn cold. Caught up in the wind, try to pretend that everything dandy, but you know.
Rather be full of clarity
Then running ripping with no sense of sincerity.
Cause with no heart, things don't last. Trying to be cool with my buzz pass.
Cause I know the things is gonna work out.
Give me a shout. This too will
Trying
pass.
to listen to the lyrics. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I fucking you up? Oh, my bad. I was trying to show you. I was trying to highlight the lyrics. Let me shut the fuck up so you can feel them. How about just the vibe of it?
What was that?
How about just the vibe of it? You feeling the vibe?
No. I mean, this is nothing I'd listen to. It doesn't grab me. I don't know what a little Nicky is. I don't know what any of this shit is.
Interesting. So when you listen to rock, you know everything that they're talking about.
No, I don't know.
The moment you hear
it was
the
just
song.
that just happened to go by, and it's like. But it's common, very common, that I'm sitting in here even working with rappers, and I have no idea what they're
But I
talking
don't like
about.
the idea of like a rapper as a monolith. You know what I mean? Like this is nothing like the rappers that you're working with. Tell
No,
me.
you're right. No, you're right about that. No, this is much more musical, and I love the backing vocals.
It's all him. It's all him.
And I like the way they're using the music is more Americana or something. There's something about it.
Pigeon was always
So
one of my
if you're looking for things that are decent about it, but it's not the kind of thing that I would put in my 8-track player and drive.
Well, but come on, be objective. It's not even about do you like this song. It's can you respect this song? Is there something nice you can say about this song? Well, you did.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, you don't have to focus on like I'm not gonna put it in my 8-track, but you know.
I really like the tone of his voice.
This is the Christian guy that I was talking about
Yeah.
before.
I like the way he dresses, and his shirt matches
This
the
is
sky
1999,
perfectly.
by the way.
Oh, 99?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was re-released in 2001, I think. 2000? I don't know. But it was definitely originally released in 1999. He ran with a crew called LA Symphony. I have a great deal of respect for this dude. As I went to see him on tour. I bought like a handful of records off of him, had him sign them all, and then I left him with my Sharpie. But I also bought his poetry book. This is another one that identifies as a poet and put out a poetry book.
Cool.
And it was real cool poetry too. It was real dope shit. He's a real poet.
You need to take a slug of that.
All right. Say less.
I'm not gonna have much, but what the
What
hell?
is this?
It's
We're gonna advertise the liquor?
it's Kirkland's version of an old-fashioned pre-made.
Oh, okay.
we
So it's
had-
already in like cocktail
It's already
form.
sweet. It's just whiskey
It's-
with a little sweetener and a little
Okay.
orange.
Okay. Cool. I'm not very familiar on the liquor, but I will take a small swig since you
Yeah, do you
offered.
go to...
Where are we going next? You go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go take us
Where
somewhere.
could we go?
Play something you enjoy that's punk rock, because I really like punk rock, and you know you always play me punk rock adjacent stuff. Well, I guess you did play me punk rock that one time.
Okay. Well, this. I'm just all of a sudden.
I felt like the first one was really babyish, so I took a little bit of more.
So,
It's tasty. Whiskey like a cowboy.
I'm not sure if I want to do. A lot of people, like you were saying, Velvet Underground. What's the song they have about the sun? Is that it? Oh, it's Who Loves the Sun.
You know,
What
something
happened?
happened. Oh,
the internet went out.
Nice.
Interesting.
Now that was hot shit, but it's sound way. First of all, way more pop than I would expect you to present me with.
Oh no!
And secondly, way more pop than I would expect from the Velvet Underground.
Well, since you hadn't heard the Velvet Underground, I just thought.
Oh, that's fair, man.
That I would throw something at you.
I'll tell you what. Just because of this conversation, I'm probably gonna look more into the Velvet Underground in the very near future. You know.
I bet you've heard "Take a Walk on the Wild Side" from Lou Reed.
Oh yeah, that's where I've heard that fucking name from. Now it all makes sense. Wait, but is that the Velvet Underground?
That's Lou Reed.
That's
but
solo.
Who's the singer? Yeah.
But yeah, but I'm saying it's not as the Velvet Underground.
I don't think so. I think that was his solo stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you say you like pop, right?
I like a lot of early pop.
You like pop when it's good music.
Like Blondie.
I'm very curious of your opinion, and I'm sure I feel like you're not gonna like it.
It doesn't look like we're gonna have the internet, but we'll try.
Yeah, we'll worry about. I mean, you can worry about
Keep
that as we
talking.
go. Yeah, keep the show going.
Are you gonna bring up Ariana Grande, your favorite?
No, and she's not my favorite. I just like her. She's not my favorite. I just like her. You know, I think she's both fine and got incredible vocals.
And
she's a gangster.
I've seen her just show up on Facebook.
No, she does look like a bit of an alien. Like she's like strange in exact. But I still think she's hot. I mean, come on now, you know. That being said, no, I'm curious about your opinion on Panic at the Disco.
Oh.
Because I feel like in the world of rock pop rock, I feel like they are. Huh?
Says our internet could not be joined.
I think your computer's just being a dick to you right now. That's what's going on.
The whole
Are we still recording?
Yeah, the building must have gone down or something.
Want me to create a hotspot or something?
Could do that.
You know, I'll go because I'm here to save the day, man.
Fuck yeah.
I got a fucking new song I'm working on called Save the Day.
Excellent.
My sister was... No, it's not Save the Day, Save the World. I'm trying to save the world, man. I just saved this podcast. That's a start, right?
This is a good start. Look, it came right up. Oh, these guys are fun. The Cartier family.
I think it's my turn, no?
It sure is. You were getting ready to say you wanted to hear some... a pop song.
Oh, wait, hold on.
That's pop song that you were going to show me. I'm going to have one more slug.
Well, we were talking about Panic at the Disco.
That was it, and I can't think of what they sound like.
Oh, really? Well, then let's play the classic song that they made them famous, which is called "I Write Sins Not Tragedies." I Write Sins Not Tragedies. Yeah, just play the video. It's a cool video. Now, you've heard this song before, right?
You don't like snotty fucking singers.
That's what it is. It's really well produced. It's well polished, and it's artsy, just like you said, and it's theatrical. I feel like it's particularly theatrical amongst pop rock, of the past. They have another song. I don't know if you want to listen to it in depthly.
Sure. I'll listen a little bit.
It's called what's the one? High Hopes. Yeah, that's the one that came out that I was like listening to it and I was like, man, I like this band, and I just wanted to go back and like, I'm not familiar with the video. This is my first time watching the video.
What's that? I can't hear you for shit.
I'm sorry. What he's saying is inspiring to me.
Oh, I can't understand fuck what he's saying.
He says, I had high hopes for a living. Never had a dime, but I always had a vision. Couldn't...
No, you're just being upbeat.
I mean, it's typical, like, I have
like
a
pop
dream,
song.
I'm going to make it kind of shit. But the way that he phrased it, the way he articulated it, I thought was that of a poet. You know what I mean? I thought his word choice, his diction was good.
I go straight to thinking, goddamn, sounds like it's going straight to Disney to sell to little girls.
Yeah. Well, you know what I think it is? Can I tell you what it is that made me bring them up? Is because they're just a pop band.
That was the point. Yeah, we were talking about pop bands.
But not just a pop band, but like I focus on hip hop. You know what I mean? And they're a pop band that I recently focused my attention to. And when I did, I went through their journey in Wikipedia. I went down there like their story, like that other one, the snotty one was like their first hit. You know what I mean? Their breakthrough joint, young kids. This is much more into their game. But the thing is at the end of the day, it's like the story of like this singer-songwriter who's like the front man of the band, and I'm reading the Wikipedia article, and I'm just as I'm reading the articles, I'm just watching the band fall apart from one album to the next. It's like, and then this artist left, and then this artist left, and it was yeah. So it's all the story of it was always him, exactly. And then it eventually became a solo project, but still, Panic at the Disco, just him, you know, as the front man of his, you know, like own music project. Maybe not even any of the same band members as last time, you know, and I thought that was interesting, and I just thought. Wow, this is an interesting story. I really appreciate this artist, specifically the front man and what he's been doing since day one till now, artistically, in the pop field of, like, because honestly, I feel like there's a couple, like, between Panic at the Disco and, like, Maroon 5 and bands like One Republic, like, they're holding it down, even though they're not rock, they're pop, but with instruments, you know what I mean? And they're really like holding it down for like rock within the pop genre. There's not a lot of rock going on in pop right now. I feel like rock was like back when it was snotty in the 2000s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, no, but
Blink-182.
And when that went away, there was nothing to replace it. We had the heavy for a second. The heavy was the shit. You know what I mean? And that was hot for a second, but like
that band called The Heavy.
Yeah, the Heavy. How You Like Me Now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Good. That was good.
You know, and that was like in movies and shit and on TV. But like after that, it was like you either got Maroon 5 or you got a rapper or you got an R&B singer.
Since we keep going back to punk, though, all it came to my mind, and I didn't want to forget about it. I thought of it earlier when you were
getting away from pop.
Talking about, and we'll go back, and then we'll go right back to pop.
No, I don't mind.
Because we could talk. Pop.
We could talk about punk all day.
This is one
punk rock,
that I don't know if this is quite punk yet. They called anything punk yet, but this definitely influenced all the punkers. Iggy Pop. It was definitely reckless. Don't know what that means, but I like it.
You know what? Can I make a recommendation?
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, I'm not getting the chance to listen to it. For me, listening to it, and I'm digging, because I could talk, like right now, I'm talking to you, I'm talking over the beat and everything, but I can hear that bass line. As I'm talking, I can hear that fucking groove. I can hear every part of the music. I can hear what the fuck he's saying.
Right.
So that's what I'm missing. I'll tell you what, for next one and moving forward, unless we want to watch the video, let's pull up lyric videos.
Right. We'll look.
You know, because I feel like I'd appreciate this even more if I could catch the lyrics, and I'll study them too. I'll be like, then I see you. What's the dude's name?
It's Iggy Pop.
Iggy Pop. I see you, Iggy Pop. Did he write the lyrics?
Probably.
All right. What's your opinion on Michael Jackson?
Interesting.
What's your opinion on Michael Jackson versus Prince? Who wins that battle?
God, that's tough. Because Prince had some rock about him, so it's hard to deny that. I liked Prince more for all the rock and sex appeal and grown-up stuff. But Michael Jackson really had more talent, I bet, in a lot of ways.
Interesting.
The fact that he did all that shit, all that good singing and dancing at 8 years old.
Okay, but okay, like I'm looking at you as an engineer, you know what I mean?
Right.
And a person who's looking at all the music. And Michael Jackson wrote some of his songs, but like maybe not his best songs. Like when I think about, like, to me the best song by Michael Jackson off the top is like Man in the Mirror, not written by him. Heal the World was written by him. That's not nearly as good as Man in the Mirror. You know what I mean? But you said it. Singing and dancing.
Yeah.
Right? Those are the two forefront talents that he has. Do you feel like those?
But then you look at Prince and look at him go. He's not no.
Right. No, he's a true artist.
It's just the fact that
musician.
you saw so many of those. I grew up on Michael Jackson and saw that shit when I was a little kid, and he was a little kid, and yeah, it was just kind of amazing. All that early Jackson 5 footage and shit was pretty.
See, that makes me love Michael Jackson even more, hearing you say that, because I already love Michael Jackson.
That's what makes me like him.
But
I wouldn't have liked him if he came out of the blue and didn't have that grown-up great experience and creating
nostalgia.
Yeah,
is what you're talking about. And you know, at the end of the day, what Michael Jackson has is this iconicness. It's like greatness that's beyond greatness.
Yeah.
Prince, on the other hand, he's more legitimate.
Prince worked hard at it.
He's more legitimate musician. I mean, they're both crazy, right? Let's be real. They're both probably insane human beings. But Prince was more grounded, I think, of a human being. A little bit more of just an egomaniac. It's a little bit more forgivable. You know what I mean? Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, Michael's dad fucked him up. I always heard stories that they...
Well, I'm not trying to shit on them. I'm just saying that Prince is more of like an artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas Michael's more of a... now, I know that he's like great vocalist, great dancer. I know that he took part in this production. I don't know how much he did. You might know more like about the engineer in Michael. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he sat in on a lot, I heard.
Oh, I'm sure. But I'm saying, like, I wouldn't have expected you to say Michael, just because of how dynamic the talent is on Prince versus Michael. But the fact that Michael's, like...
It's tough
magic.
To say that, but there wouldn't have been Prince without
magic.
Michael. There wouldn't have been Prince without Michael.
Okay, fair enough. Plus, early Michael is a great thing to bring up. Because early Michael is the fucking shit.
Even the goofy ABC and Rockin' Robin and all that, that's great.
That shit is fucking great.
The performances are out.
Fucking, what was the slower one? Not ABC, but the slower one. Should you ever find some... I'll be there. Ugh. That shit is fucking fire.
Well, let's go back to pop rocks. Pop rocks.
Is it my turn?
Tasty, I can hear them sizzling.
Is it my turn? We're going back to pop?
I just did the Stooges.
All right,
so it's obviously your turn.
Okay, I didn't know we were going back and forth.
We don't have to go back and forth.
No. I was just asking for permission to like make sure you was cool with it. Look, pull up Vince Staples' Magic, dirty version lyrics. So this is some newer shit that I've been fucking with, and this is hip hop. This is not. All
right. Then we'll cleanse our palate from it with something else.
Maybe. We don't have to go back and forth. We could do another Vince Staples track. You know what I'm saying?
Which one?
But yeah, Magic.
With visuals.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll put lyrics up there just to see if one comes up.
Dirty lyrics. Put dirty lyrics. So make sure that get some fucking censored version.
I like dirty lyrics.
That's what I'm talking about.
Everything I learned about sex was from Sammy Hagar.
Who?
No, AC/DC.
Yeah, I guess either one of those is good. That shit looks pretty. Might be good for our clicks.
Lost Panda. I like pandas.
But it's pop, though.
You call this pop?
Yeah. It's very popular. It's on the radio. I love this hook. Can you imagine? The way I stack it, I can make it rain blue hundreds. Can you catch it? If somebody come through bluffing, I'ma blast them and tell the police I don't know what happened. If I gave a fuck about a sitch, I'd always be broke. I never get to pull up in the Benz when my nose growing up. We was close, so we hopped off that post with a gun, trying to kick down your door. But that's so news, spreading love now. Sick of police lights, sick of gun sounds. Niggas bread ain't up, so they come foul. But it's handshakes, hugs when I come around. Wow, funny style. Hate to see a nigga smiling, 100 miles and running through the bullet house and moving mountains. Fuck who I was thumping down with, gunning down shit, sitting in the back of Crown Vic, so janky. Niggas down the street still hate me. It's California. She can't play me. Dumb hoe, love cost, but the game free. Dumb hoe.
He's real effortless.
Feeling isn't magic. Baby, tell me why you disappearing isn't magic. I won't ever tell him how I did it, it was magic. Can you imagine? Money in the mattress, love the way I stack it. I can make it rain blue, honey, can you catch it? If somebody come through bluffing, I'ma blast them. And tell the police I don't know what. Such a good hook.
I'm so stoned and I'm mellow, I just could...
It's a good stoner song. Tell me that. Give me that.
Well, not for me.
Oh, you hate me. This is universally lovely.
I don't get any of this thugging and beefing and.
But no, this is the thing. This
I don't like hip hop. I just don't know anything about the lyrics.
It doesn't matter.
I don't It
doesn't
didn't.
matter.
I
That's
do
not
not
the point.
relate.
I feel like you're rebuking it because you don't recognize it as you. Don't do that. Just feel it as a poet, some dude from some world coming to you and bringing his story. Man,
if we're thinking of it that way, then Eminem should shut up or go to jail.
Why?
If he's talking about killing people.
But Eminem is unique like that. Eminem, I remember listening to...
Better left unsaid. I don't see anything good in it.
On his first album, his first mainstream album, he had a song called, Still Don't Give a Fuck. And he's like, a lot of people think that what I say on a record, I really mean, or that if I say it on a record, that I live it, or that I'm going to do it.
Right, like you said earlier.
And I'm like, okay, that fucking... I was mad at Eminem when I heard that. I was like mad. I was like, yo, what the fuck are you saying?
It's like
Hip-hop
a movie.
is
It's just
sincere.
like a movie. It's
but
just
like, but that is what Eminem does, because Eminem particularly is playing a character and creating a story with a role, which is what a handful of rappers are doing. It's what fucking Tupac did. It's what Ice Cube did. It's what Lil Wayne does. It's what a lot of artists
none of them
do.
affected me in any way. I don't know any of them.
I'm so sorry for that.
I know.
Because those are all fucking great in their own way. But aside from that, you need to let go of this idea of like, at least if you're gonna be fucking with me, unless if you're gonna be fucking with me on this podcast talking about hip hop, you need to let go of this idea of that didn't do it for me. Because at the end of the day, the challenge here is to open yourself up to something new.
Oh, sure. I'm always
and
looking
something
for something
fresh. And I believe that you have that in you. And I believe that you...
But it's got to come natural, and I don't
No, not just natural, but you got to recognize...
I don't like drum machines.
You got to recognize
I don't
what
like
you're
loops.
doing.
I don't like...
When you do that, you know what I mean?
What am I doing? It's just, I don't like mayonnaise.
You're drawing lines.
I don't like mayonnaise.
All right, fair enough. So you say you don't like loops, you don't like drum machines. I'll remember this. I'll try to play hip hop without loops and drum machines. You know what I mean?
No.
Maybe also play rock without drum machines and loops, because that also exists.
What I do love is what they steal from. I like the really cool Motown and hip old stuff.
Okay, I just want to make sure it captured that, because I was over here,
Yeah. It's got you over there and up close.
Right. It had the bill over my eyes. I wanted to make sure that it understood that I rolled my eyes when you just acted like hip hop was nothing but a thieving culture and a thieving genre.
Is that
of
what
music.
I said? No.
You said I don't like hip hop. I like what it steals from. I don't like loops and drum machines and shit like that. I like real fucking music. I really like an old head. Okay,
I really
boomer.
can't stand a lot of stuff that is the same, especially they're all a loop, all of them.
But you're not hearing what I said when I first started talking to you about hip hop.
It's about poetry over the top.
It's about poetry. It's about poetry. Now,
and if it's it's something I just can't relate to in any way. I grew up out in the country in the middle of nowhere. I'd never met a black person or seen a ghetto until I was 18.
But you can choose to open yourself up.
Yeah, I get it.
Which is the challenge of doing this shit with me.
It existed.
Because at the end of the day,
I don't like country either.
I don't
want to hear songs about
here
hunting and fishing, because that's what all there was to do.
and just play and just fuck with you on some rock shit.
I want you to try to show me some good shit, and I want you to show me
if
what you
you're-
love
if it's
about what
always
you
gonna be
love.
across
But
the
I'm not
board-
gonna like it if you come out here with Celine Dion or something. I'm not gonna like
Right,
it. We already know
but,
this.
But here's the thing, my dude. No, because I feel like we're getting to a point. Like I don't feel like this is a pointless conversation. I feel like we're getting somewhere. We're here.
Of course, it's always. But
I look, no.
let's get to it quick so we can get another song on though.
Really? We need to jump back to a song?
Who wants to listen to this shit?
This is the fucking heart of it. They can fucking pull up these songs themselves if they want to on YouTube, and we won't have to cut them out because I'll tell you what. The more content that we create, literally, the more minutes that's us, means the more money for the podcast on YouTube monetization.
Well,
just so you
there's
know,
23 subscribers.
So listen,
Listen,
man. Like this song, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So your criticisms are like it's a loop, a drum machine, and a gangster.
Well, the same stuff I have about most rap, yes.
Right. Okay.
I just can't relate.
A loop.
I like live
a
bands.
Drum machine and a gangster. Mm-hmm. So that means that every single time I bring up a track that has a loop, a drum machine, or a gangster, and you're gonna shit on that. Look, no, man. I feel like we understand that point. Can we move forward and like hopefully explore it in another way, maybe a little bit more dynamically?
Well, you can keep throwing those. I don't want you to not throw those songs at me if you like.
Well, I don't want to just be like, here, super bitchin' rock and roll. Here goes the hip hop song. Fuck that. Here goes another hip hop song. Fuck that. Here goes another hip hop song.
In the world.
See why I love rock and roll more? I love the music that they steal from. The music that they steal from. That was harsh.
I was talking about soul. I was talking about early soul.
That
I was
hurt
trying
my
to
soul
reach for
when you
some
said
early soul music, some cool stuff. Not. I don't know.
I mean, we can go back, but you know where my foundation is hip hop. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
You know?
Right. And I've never listened to any of it.
And the reason I brought this song on was because we were playing.
I can't remember anything about it.
The reason we were
in the last 2 minutes.
The reason I brought this song on was because it is pop rock. Well, we were talking about pop rock, and this is a pop hip hop song. This is an example of how hip hop has penetrated the mainstream, and this is an artist that I respect and appreciate, and so I would expect that you, respecting me as an artist, would say, oh, Rafa is bringing this track to my attention. He's not bringing it up superficially. No, Let me try to find the depth and the substance that is in this project.
No, and I've thought of this the whole time. I always think, of course, if I was working on it, I'd be putting everything into it, but mostly thinking about.
What about the production? Give me your thoughts on the production.
Well, let's listen a few seconds again because I can't remember it at all.
Well, it's not done yet, I guess.
Right? No, it's not. I can't remember it at all. All I remember is a guy talking about some smooth,
the sound of it.
Smooth stuff, and I liked it. He was kind of smooth
He's
about
an
it.
insanely good vocalist.
Would he put some faking in me? Is that a real voice? I don't know. He's also kind of mopey. It just seems like he's kind of.
The reason that I'm gonna let that slide is because you did the same thing to Panic at the Disco before we pulled him up. So it's clear.
So it's not like I'm making fun of black.
It's not like you're making fun of black people.
Oh no, it's nothing black about it.
Not even making fun of black people. That you're mocking an artist because he's black, which is not what something that I would.
That ain't what I meant.
Which is not something.
No, that ain't what I meant.
It's not something that I would put on you. Yeah. It's not something that I would put on you. But like, it's tough when you deal with cats from your generation. No, seriously, you're from the generation of hip hop is not music.
Well,
it's just a fucking
loop. It didn't exist
loop.
yet. I went through, 30 years
and
of
I
rock
spent my
music
life,
before hip hop existed.
I spent my life defending the idea.
Let's find out what he does again. No, so if you just get down to the grooving
rhythm
and
the rhythm, give me the rhythm.
Yeah,
give me the rhythm. Give me the production.
Yeah, the bass sounds cool, and if you're really getting down to it, it reminds me of the coolness of like Lowrider or something,
Okay.
But that's what again, the stuff that they are almost there.
Can I offer you a word?
Yeah, well, it's mostly just that it's a loop, and my brain doesn't do good with loops. It's like ADHD people.
Well, what do you, but I'm saying, you say your brain doesn't do good with loops, so you're telling me right here and now, officially, moving forward on Super Bitchin' Rock and Roll, when there is a loop, Jamie Hillier will shit on it.
If it's a good loop, it's a good loop.
What is a good loop? How is that not a good loop?
Here's a good loop. This is the first loop. So we'll check it out, just for the fun of it. They took a piece of tape of another song they did. Which one was it? It was another huge song they did. They changed the speed a little bit. They took one piece of tape and ran it on the machine. Went round and round. And this was one of the first songs that was built from a loop.
Okay, now we're talking about disco, right?
Yeah.
But Queen wasn't just a disco band.
Oh, Queen?
Yeah.
No, this is Bee Gees, though.
Bee Gees, holy shit. Wow. No, you know what it is? I'm thinking of, what am I thinking? What's the song from Another One Bites the Dust?
Yeah. Don't.
Because I didn't realize that was, you know.
That
like,
was yeah.
I thought that was in the field with this. You know
I can see that.
Until I realized that it was Queen, and then what else Queen did, and I was like, oh, okay, that's not, you know, like what they do, but
it just
but disco also, by the way, disco is also studio, from a studio perspective, from a.
It was still analog.
Was where a lot of hip, when rap was starting, they called it like disco rap. You know what I mean?
But listen to that. That's just a simple beat going round and round. But it was really played by a real guy.
I feel like if you're gonna play this,
and I love it.
You gotta let me know what you think of Wyclef's version.
I absolutely love this.
Can we play Wyclef's version?
So I have no problem. Wyclef's version. What are you talking about?
WYCL. Yeah. Wyclef. No. F. Not Wyclef. Wyclef. You put I.
E? What do you say?
Yeah, one more backspace. E?
Oh, there.
No, L.
L.
E? Matter of fact, just down one time. Alright. You go to the fucking album. We don't need to see the video. It's irrelevant.
Good call.
Is this not a good loop? Tell me this is not a good loop.
No, absolutely. There's some good loops.
Okay,
like
let me hear it.
There's people that stole from Stevie Wonder.
Okay, so you're saying it's okay with the Bee Gees did it because it was their track anyways.
It was their own track, and the engineer did that, and then they built a song on it. And sure, there's some okay ones out there. I'm not gonna shit on every loop, but I don't. That one is an example, just the supreme example.
So you're saying
the reason I chose it is because it was the first example, and it was the simplest example.
But you're also basically telling me that whenever I play a song that's hip hop, you're either going to be frustrated because it's borrowing from somebody that you like, or as you say, stealing, fucking thieving hip hop, fucking can't create any shit on their own, or
we'll find out on a case per case basis.
Well, like this is, we've done a handful of hip hop songs.
I'm like, why? But so they called it Staying Alive, and they do. Is he doing Staying Alive? Yeah, he is. Okay, he's got that.
But he kicks bars on it. Why? Because it's a music bed that's good for bars, good for poetry.
Okay, let's listen to see what he says if he doesn't.
Because it's Saturday night.
And all you college students playing Ouija's. Check the spelling REFUGE. Get the CD from Sam Goody. You ain't even close with the rhymes that you wrote. Don't be mad cause you broke. Let me clear my throat. John Forte. Grab the mic and don't sway it this way.
than just a rhymer. You still a small timer, hoping at the game, treat that ass a little kinda. Every step tangoed, your beef don't concern me. I'm eating mangoes in Trinidad with attorneys. My crew slang flow worldwide like a current. Whip to every spot where nobody got insurance. Rubber do the math, you ain't half exotic. My man's claim true, you forget about it. Ho just a new sense, like my influence. Well recognized, you a lie trying to do it. Got juice, told your lady, oops, we nuts, baby. Smooth and charismatic, automatic, you gon' save me. God bless the dead as my son survive. We strive to teach you, baby, and stay alive and fly. Yeah, nice, baby. John Boy say, yeah, watch your lady.
Watch your lady. Yeah. Especially around baby girl.
If you got more than $1 in your pocket right now, put your hands up.
Well, you can tell by the way I roll, shorty, that I'm a ladies' man, a businessman. Condos down the shore, multi-million pension plan, but it ain't in my plan to make moves without the fan. No, and keep it intact. Real class, do the track. John, play the Mac while I pay the tax. Business as usual, watching suspects. Still, my assets get cut with Gillettes. We built this concept, connect like 9X. Drinks at the bar, my American Express.
You a cook up, the copper pull up, then my cuff up. You who's calling bluff? Now you shook up, cause you lock up. Man, I love up. You who's calling bluff? Hey yo, Johnny's chillin', dirty cash dealin'. What more can I say? We livin', that's what we got it good. You said you understood, we.
Go ahead. Gonna pause it. Okay, wait. Before you speak on it, can I say something?
Yeah.
All right. So this is what I think you should be thinking about as
okay.
As a rocker. You know what I'm saying? Listening to like a hip hop song from 1997. You know what I mean? That brought the Bee Gees back. And I remember when Eminem stole fucking what was it? Dream On.
From Aerosmith?
Yeah, Sing for the Moment. Yeah.
And of course Run DMC brought Aerosmith back.
No, but Run DMC didn't want to do that. That was pushed upon them by the industry, and we could talk about that another time. But Eminem, just like this, used Dream On in a production, and I remember them talking about it. And I as a fan of classic rock, hip hop, but also classic rock, felt like, wow, they're talking almost disrespectfully about classic rock. The way they were like, oh, Eminem did Aerosmith such a favor and brought it back, and
Aerosmith needed that favor.
Right. That's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, well, I mean, it's a great song. Everybody knows it's a great song. It's already cemented as a great song, but there is some truth to the amounts of money that shot into fucking Aerosmith's pockets when Eminem did that.
I'm sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the fact that people who hadn't listened to that song in a while were like, oh yeah, I fucking love that song. Let me go back and listen to that song. I ain't fucking listened to that song forever.
Song.
You know what I mean? And I think similarly, when you look at what we're doing here, you're taking music that, okay, they're taking it clearly. They're taking it.
Tone Loc was one of the early ones that stole
the Wild Thing. Right.
And the bands were like, I hate this, until they got the check. It's like, all right.
But what is the spirit? Is the spirit like, hey, we can just play their fucking song and profit from it if we talk on it? Or is it like, hey, we love this.
Right.
This would be a great music bed for me to lay my personal expression down upon.
Right.
And then, as a musician, this is what I think that you should be listening to when you listen to this song, and specifically, is what do I think of production-wise? What has happened to the music? Do I think that the Bee Gees?
I really like all the aspects of this song that are the Bee Gees, because that was superb production.
But do I feel like the magic of the Bee Gees is lost because of the way it's produced into a hip hop beat, or do I feel like they captured what was great about the Bee Gees?
No, they just took took what was good, yeah.
And maybe modernize the production sound a little bit, the bump a little bit, the groove. You know what I mean? Just enough to make it a modern rap song as opposed to just like a groovy band song from back in the day. And then okay, they're rapping on it. Now, I didn't pull this song up because I thought Wyclef had the greatest poetry on it.
Right. Well, we just wanted to hear how they stay alive.
Well, because you said it was, if it's a good loop, I'll appreciate it. And here's a good loop, and it's the same loop that you had before.
But it's him bragging about making money or something.
Okay, it's not just that, but that's not the point. The point is that first of all, I feel like you would have hardly judge a rocker who was saying the exact same shit. Secondly, I think that what you should be focused on as a musician, as an engineer and a musical, is how is he flowing on it? How is the rhythm of his speech?
And that's what I would be doing at work.
Right.
I was thinking that at the same time. Yeah, of course I'd be doing that. How's his flow? How's his rhythm? I'd say your syllable goes a little too long there. I'd say cut that there, maybe. It's up to you. But I'm letting you know.
Okay, fair enough.
That's
my
job.
Me,
that's my
right?
job.
He's not me, right? But this is the thing. This is the thing, man. Is that I feel like, okay, this is my challenge to you. All right. If I show you a hip hop song and I preface it, which I normally do.
Yeah, you like to talk about, you have a reason.
With, listen to this poetry. Listen to what he says.
Right.
Then do that.
Exactly.
And if I preface it with.
And if I bring it up, I'm bringing it up. I can't stand that going over and over.
Sure. If there's a specific thing about the beat that you don't like, sure. But if you say, well, I just don't like loops, then I'm going to be like, okay, I guess I won't ever show you a lyrical hip-hop song.
Well, that's ridiculous. I do not, okay.
Because I'm showing you the poetry.
There's a million things
and
that
you're missing the poetry because you're like, it's...
No, you don't have to act like you're, like, that's the way, that's all. You don't like one thing about this, so you must hate everything.
No. But what I'm saying is that it shouldn't be dismissive. Like with Vince Staples. Vince Staples is actually a pretty fucking revolutionary hip hop artist of the modern age. There's a lot of cats.
He's good at what he does. Yeah, he had a good tone to his voice.
But not just good, dynamic, and original, and like you were saying, like. Crisp, professional in his performance.
Super good sound. Great backing vocals.
But like,
good his own.
But not just that. He's like got depth to him, especially as a gangster. Because I'll tell you this, the way that you dismissed him as a gangster, you were like, I can't relate to him talking about shooting people up or whatever.
Right.
Like I can't either.
Of course not.
Right. But
so you love that shit for some reason.
No, I don't.
It's a gene you gotta
See,
have.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop. Stop. Don't tell me what I am.
I just don't have that gene.
Don't tell me what I am. You're saying
I don't know what you are.
Right, but you're making an assumption of what I am, and then you're saying that you are not that. I don't have that gene. I got some gene. Whatever gene you're talking about, I don't have.
The gene that makes me like rap music is what I meant.
So you just so don't fuck with rap.
Of course not. I'm never gonna love it. I'm
not asking you to love it. I'm asking you to open yourself to it.
I would love to know how to dance, but I don't. I don't have that feeling.
Listen, man.
No music's ever made me.
You sound like the ignorant people on the rap page that I'm on Facebook. Because
I wish music affected me
in
a better way. Because I'd have a better life. I'd be happier all the time because I hear it everywhere.
Because when I get on these rap pages, they talk. You know what they're talking about right now?
I've never been on a rap page.
Okay. Do you know what they're talking about right now?
Probably.
Do you want to?
That guy that did.
Let me get to my point.
Baby oil, probably.
Word. I think this is a good time for me to go use the restroom. I'm gonna step aside for a moment.
Slipping back in. Find our little microphones. No, don't ever think about that. You can't play something because I don't like something. It's not. There's never an absolute.
Wait,
there's never an absolute.
Stop. I get that I'm allowed to play something, but you can understand why I wouldn't want to participate in a show that is just you shitting on my culture.
I didn't think that I'm shitting on your culture in any way. I don't like a lot of rap. I've never heard a rap song that I like, ever.
Right, but you're...
Does that mean something weird?
But you understand where, like...
There's very few country songs I like.
Yeah, but I bet a country singer mentioning his gun would not be a reason for you to stop liking him and shut off and go, okay, this is typical bullshit that I ain't gonna fuck with.
No, I'm not like that at all. I think you're reading too much into it.
I think that you're not hearing what I'm telling you.
Good lyrics are good lyrics.
I think that you're not
good lyrics are good lyrics. The Staying Alive was a bad example because it was just a good beat, but he didn't have anything good to say over the top.
Right, but not just a good beat. You don't want.
We'll get in here. We're rolling.
Okay.
I don't know why you care what I like. You shouldn't even care. I've never cared what anybody liked before.
How you handle the content that is played on your show. Oh. That's a different thing. For me, this is an opportunity to showcase the art that I love, and for you to shit on it nonstop, and for no other reason than it's a loop, it's a drum machine, and it's gangster. Is completely dismissive of like 99.9% of the
Let's find something I like.
That was not
or don't like, but it's fun to me. It should be fun to you.
Why should it be fun watching shit that I love get shit on?
No, I don't think I'm shitting on it. It's just I'm sure you've met 1,000 people that don't like things you like.
Okay, fair enough. I'm coming from a place of it's not fun hearing the things that I love be dismissed.
Okay. I guess I don't have see, and I guess I said I think you started bothering me when I said I don't have that
like
gene.
Van Halen. I could talk about all the reasons why I don't like Van Halen.
Excellent.
But I don't think that that's productive conversation.
Okay.
Well, you know what I mean? I think that it would be
let's
better
find
for
something
me
to talk about in a song to talk about.
It would be better for me to understand what
it's
Van
always
Halen is bringing to the table that I'm missing.
Everything's in an individual basis. Everything.
What does that mean?
You can't say like you keep saying you don't like rap.
I never said or
whatever. And I
said
I think
you don't like rap. What do I keep saying?
Well, I think I said I don't like rap.
So what do I say that you have a problem with? Well, what am I saying that you have a problem with? Because I feel like I've articulated myself very well, considering the amount of alcohol that I've intaken.
Well, what was weird was when you said like shit on my culture. That seemed too extreme.
Hip hop culture. Culture.
That's what you mean.
Hip hop culture, just like.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, I identify more as a hip hop culture than I identify as Puerto Rican. I identify more as hip hop than I identify as Latino, Hispanic, any of that bullshit. I identify more as hip hop than I identify as American, as I once expressed in the song, and it seemed to offend you a little bit.
What?
Well, I asked you what you thought, and you were like, "Well, we don't have to agree." And I was like, "I'm just talking about the lyricism and the performance," and and you were like, but I said I'm hip hop first and American second, and you were like, you took it as a smite against America, which I'm totally pro America.
I don't remember that.
You know what I mean? I'm fucking American as shit, but like,
I don't think
I
don't think I'd care. I could say anybody tells me
hip hop is one of the reasons why I feel connected to the identity of America, even though a lot of hip hop rejects the American identity. I look at
hip hop's 100% American,
right? It's straight out of the Bronx, New York, 70s. It's American as it comes. Just like, well, I want to say just like punk rock is American, but there's the debate.
No, I love the attitude because it is the punk rock attitude. I love the fact that it was built on its own for the most part until it got to MTV and it became let's put these videos up because we can put more people in prison because we own the private,
look.
That
if I play a song and it's like, let's say
I can't.
Let's say it's a song that's lyricism. Are we recording right now? By the way, good. Okay, good. If I play a song and it's like ill poetics, right? I'm like, listen to what this dude is saying.
That's what I want.
And then we get to the end of the song, and you're like, I just can't fuck with it because it's a loop.
Right.
It's such a fucking loop. I would rather you say, well, this particular loop was a bit annoying to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'll try to be nice about it, but I just don't like certain styles of music.
So that was a bit frustrating for me, but when I was listening to the artist, what I gathered was this, versus just saying, I don't know, it just sounded like gunk, 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 and then I kept on hearing this other shit that they stole it from.
Let's find out.
I don't like
What's
the word
the
steal.
song?
Could we get that out the vocabulary?
I'll try not to. What's the song?
I mean, I don't even have one in mind. I'm just saying, I don't want to bring up a song at all until I understand that you're going to show some respect.
I try. I didn't realize I was being disrespectful. I had no idea. I just thought I was being regular.
No, I get it. No, but we talked about this at the beginning because I before we even recorded,
it's more important to you
songs.
than it is to me. I mean, I don't mean to disrespect you.
Respect is more important to me.
No, the hip hop is. So I don't even see the respect. But I understand respect, and I don't want to.
But the thing is that if I was bringing the same energy to Van Halen and whatever the fuck you play, that you're bringing to me, you would see it. You would be like, holy shit, dude, why the fuck, are you just, okay, I guess you don't like that shit, fuck. You know what I mean? But like what I'm saying is,
I
like,
wouldn't have a problem with it.
What I'm saying is that when we were talking about,
most of the people these days don't.
We were talking about pop music.
I love pop music. Good old
right.
Good
So we
pop
got
music.
so we got rock pop and hip hop.
I didn't realize. I didn't even know hip hop was pop music.
Are you serious?
No,
Come on now. You've seen how rock was prevalent, and it has become less prevalent to a dominating hip hop, mainly female hip hop.
I guess it's
honestly
I guess
has taken over the.
Where do you
pop
hear it?
nation.
Radio. You have to put it on yourself in your car or wherever you are.
Yeah, but also movies.
I guess
anything,
so.
Media, content, popular, mainstream media. You know what I mean?
I guess I haven't been to a movie
You
in a
got
long time.
You got the fucking news
Last
anchors
movie I
and
went
shit
to was
talking
the
about not
Led
like
Zeppelin
us.
documentary.
Fucking Kendrick Lamar doing the halftime show. You know what I'm saying? When was the last? I mean, was it?
I wouldn't know
You wouldn't know what?
a Kendrick Lamar song.
But you would know what the Super Bowl is. You've heard of the Super Bowl, right?
I know of him and the Super Bowl because
would you
of
consider
Facebook.
the Super Bowl a popular
a couple
event?
Weeks ago. It's the biggest event of the
Okay,
year.
okay. So when they get a halftime show, is it usually
He
a
must
popular
be
artist?
pretty popular.
Okay. That's all I'm talking about. I'm saying it's like everywhere. Don't tell me that you're not even bothered by it, because I know that you're probably bothered by it a little bit. Like, where the fuck is my rock? Like, can't I walk in through Walmart without hearing, fucking loops and fucking drum machines? Can't I just hear a fucking tablature or a fucking chord or fucking... Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Do you not like...
I would prefer not to hear rap, I guess, if I go into the grocery store.
See, this is my thing, is that like... I grew up defending rap. You know what I mean? I didn't come on this show...
I grew up defending rock.
Yeah, but I didn't grow up shitting on rock. Whereas you may have grew up shitting on rap.
I just never noticed it, hardly.
Well, you're shitting on rap right now.
I didn't realize
Pretty
that.
hard, you know?
I don't think I am. Just by saying I don't... I don't know. Let's
use the word stealing. Use the word stealing. That's
because every song we listened to had something that was borrowed from someone else, right?
What did Berserker borrow from?
I don't know. Well,
I started off
it's
the
very
show
common.
showing hip hop artists that were borrowing from a musician to see if I could understand if I could showcase you into hip hop.
I think
based
you're
on
thinking
how
about me too much, and you should be thinking about the audience.
I think I was having a conversation with my friend.
Well, sure.
And I'm trying to showcase hip hop to my friend. I thought that was what we were doing for the audience.
Well, it is, but
but
you should just let it slide. That I don't care at all.
I can't let it slide that we're on a platform that
Wycliffe John
that is just shitting on every single track that is Why is that funny?
I don't know, because it does. Because I don't mean to be. I keep trying to say that. I don't mean to be.
But I'm not asking you. I'm not asking you to apologize for shitting on a track. I'm asking you to recognize that.
Well,
if
I recognize good lyrics are good lyrics. A good performance is a good performance. A good. Oh, there's a million.
You can't recognize what I was about to say at the end of my sentence if you don't let me finish my sentence, though.
Go ahead.
But you know what? You've already told me that I talk too much.
Well, it was just that one song you asked me to say something about the song, and I didn't get a chance to listen to it because you kept talking about it.
Yeah,
but you already told me that because you already
bringing it up.
You already
we were playing it on the YouTube
because it was snotty, and then the other one was not snotty.
Not because it was snotty.
Well, one was snotty.
Was because it was a popular song that you would already recognize. So once you recognized it, I would imagine you already had an opinion. You already knew how you felt about this song.
Barely. I just barely recognized it. I really
so we
didn't.
would continue to talk about it, but also again,
I really didn't know it. I just barely knew. You don't want to go too long
without playing a track. So when you play a track, I'm going to want to talk over it.
I barely knew I
thought that's the idea.
The chorus, the good line.
So you got to let me know what this podcast is about.
Well,
is it about talking over music, or is it
I'd like
or
music to be
listening
playing,
to music and
it's like listening to music with friends.
Let's get 2 words.
It's listening to music with friends. It's usually a good time. It's not an argument about anything. I've never had this before.
I know, right? Fucking rappers and hip hop.
It's enjoying music.
Were you enjoying the song when you're shitting on it? Because it doesn't seem like you're enjoying it.
Which one? I can't remember now. Back to that guy that...
Sure, the very last one that we listened to.
No.
That stole Bee Gees music and made it their own and took it and put it in their pocket.
Okay,
even though
go back and listen
100% of the profits of that track actually go back to the Bee Gees.
I hate to defend the Bee Gees that much. I didn't like them when I was a kid.
I love that we brought them up then.
I grew into them. I always loved their recordings were great.
What are we doing right now?
I'm just trying to remember what this sounds like.
It's John Forte.
So whatever, he's just talking about something else over a very similar music.
That's not Wyclef Jean, that's John Forte. It's one of the other artists that is featured with the Wu-Tang. It's a Wu-Tang All-Star, you know?
Do you want to listen to a Wu-Tang song?
Not a Wu-Tang, fucking Fuji All-Star. I'm already inebriated. But no, I was just saying that, you know, it's a different thing that's being brought to the forefront, brought to the stage, brought to the and you have to, if you're going to listen to it, come at it from that understanding.
Well, we'll find out when we get there.
Like
let's put
what
another
do you mean
song.
You get there? We've gotten there.
Well, that song gives me nothing. What he adds to the background doesn't do anything for me. I'm not sure what it's supposed to do. I'm not sure at all what it's supposed to do because it's just him doing. Sometimes it could be great, but that time I didn't. You know.
Okay.
It was just he made it.
Right, but I'm not just talking.
There was
about
no
this.
big story.
I'm also talking about the songs that sampled 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. You were also a bit dismissive with that. And
yeah, I just didn't like anything to do with that. Eminem and his killing and stealing. God, it just makes me mad to hear somebody bragging about that stuff. Why would I?
He's not bragging.
Well, or whatever he's doing.
He's telling a story. Whatever he's doing that I don't care to know, that I don't want to open myself up to and figure out, that I don't want to just actually engage with the art that is being presented to me. I only want to hear what I hear and react. And if my friend, who is bringing me something that he thinks is of value and hoping to tie it together with something, instead I'm going to call that stealing, and I'm gonna make that the focal point of this episode.
Well, that was the point of this episode of 50 Ways to Leave Your Love. The drum beat started that.
The point was to show how
he could do.
The way that I phrased it was that hip hop loves 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover.
That's true, and they stole from it from then. And I don't want, I know you don't want to hear that word, but and then you showed me two times that they stole from it, and you said they did it many more.
Let me ask you this:
borrowed or whatever.
No, don't stop. You said, we'll take that first one. Eminem stole No, it's fine. It's
Or
fine.
it could
no,
be-
no. It's
you-
the word that you want to use.
You-
Eminem
you
stole.
You could use the
from
other
Paul
way.
Simon.
Tributed.
Forget about that. Forget about PC bullshit. Right?
doesn't matter.
No, I'm
Exactly.
cutting through the heart. I want to know. I want to get to this.
It's
to the
always
heart
been that they
of
stole.
what
That's
the-
always been the point with rock.
Stop. Let me ask you my question about the word that you're using.
Okay.
Okay. Eminem stole 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover
Okay.
from Paul Simon. Do you think that is
Okay.
or ethical for an artist to do?
I think I know what you're getting at.
No.
He didn't steal it if he ended up getting paid.
I didn't say that. I'm asking you about the way that you're using the word
If it-
stealing.
it-
Are you saying
did
that
he
Eminem
ask
stole
for
it?
Did he ask to do it before he did it, or did he put it out?
I
before?
don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't in the room. Were you?
I don't know, but we all both know that.
But
as
it-
Captain
but even if-
B,
even if
you
he
pay
asked-
a copyright, so
Even if
that
he
you
asked,
pay
would
a
it be stealing?
No,
So you're saying
Then-
Wyclef didn't steal?
if he paid.
Because I guarantee
he
you
paid
that Wyclef asked permission.
All these ended up paying permission. They had to, because it wouldn't happen. They ended up paying permission. That's how ASCAP and BMI. That's how copyright works.
Yeah, but
that's the whole point of having a copyright, so that no one steals your stuff. It never existed until rap came
right,
along.
but there was plenty. No, don't say that.
That's
bullshit.
Well,
that's
it never
fucking
existed
bullshit.
in that way to downright sample.
That's fucking bullshit.
It never.
Disco did it before rap.
Okay, maybe they
Fucking,
did.
fucking everything, man. Jazz was like always a fucking rendition of another fucking song. How many people did Fly Me to the Moon?
I'm not talking
You know what I mean?
about a rendition. I'm talking about at
something
that point,
you don't personally.
No,
connect
I'm talking
to.
about a digital grab.
Right, a revolution in music
Because
that
of
in the 70s.
because of the era. Yes, I'm talking. No, after the 70s when
Hip-hop.
Pro Tools.
It happened in the
I'm talking
70s.
about Pro Tools. I'm not talking about.
Pro Tools wasn't around back when fucking.
And no, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, whatever.
When Tone Loc did Wild Thing, you think he did that with Pro Tools?
No, he did steal just a little, a little sample, I guess, or whatever from.
Look, man.
And he might have done it from a record.
What was happening with the sampling
process? And that was what was interesting about rap.
What was happening with MPCs, turning an MPC from a drum machine to an instrument. What was happening during these times, as hip hop was being formed, was a revolution in music. It was a revolution that a lot of people, it seems like yourself is one of them, couldn't grasp and wrap their head around, and instead saw it as a perversion of music.
It doesn't. Why would it matter what I think? That's the point.
Because this is your show.
Well, I know, but you act like it hurt. It's horrible that I think this way.
No, because it's infringing you on being able to have a mature conversation about it.
We'll keep talking. I'd rather be listening and talking about pieces of music than as a whole.
I'd rather not show you something while you're.
I know you've said that
stuck in your
over and
mindset.
over, that you don't want to play me something because it's got a loop, because it's got a this, because it's got a this, and I'm already gonna shit on it. I know we've already went over that, but
not that you're already gonna shit on it, but you're not understanding what we're.
There's
talking
a million
about.
of songs I don't like. There's a million rock songs I don't like. We just happen to find some stuff, and it doesn't mean it. It doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't make me think worse of you in any way, and that's the way you're making it act.
I'm not making it like anything other than exactly what I'm saying, which is that the point is being dismissed, and the art that I love is being dismissed, and we're not being able to talk about it. It's not about my feelings. It's not about my feelings, my dude. It's about what we're doing here.
Okay.
What are we doing here? I was excited for this opportunity because it allowed me an opportunity to share something that I love. But if it's to be presented only to be shit on, then it's not a very fun.
Well, I just want to do it the way friends normally do it. We play songs and we go back and forth and we talk about what we like and don't like about them. That's it. There's no, and you don't even think about it.
I think that you're not appreciating my point.
Well,
I think that you're not seeing the way that you're being dismissive, and I think that I think
it's okay to be dismissive.
I grew up.
I guess maybe that's
see,
the
I don't
problem.
think so.
Maybe that's the problem.
See. When I was growing up, and I loved rap, and rap was not the popular thing. It wasn't the main thing. I would talk to cats.
I lived rock in a town that if you liked rock, I was the first guy to pierce his ear. I was beat up for that. So I understand this, all this stuff when it comes to.
So
it was like Footloose.
So
for,
I was
rock.
living in I was living and I was trying to like just show my love for rap and hip hop.
It's important to you, of course.
And it was always shit on. It was shit on. They said it wasn't
As was
music.
rock. Yep. Sounds familiar. But I understand you, man.
No, you don't. Because you are talking about how rock was shit on.
It was.
Right?
We both know that.
So
we both know that. I'm trying to get you to
know
realize that.
So because I
And
am understanding of it, I'm not going to be that guy for you. Will you be that guy for me?
Well, I completely.
Because that's what you're doing.
No, I'm telling you, I understand what you're saying. That you love something, and so whatever.
Whatever.
So yeah, like you love comic books.
I feel like you're not hearing what I'm saying.
I've never.
So I grew up.
Had one.
I grew up defending the idea that rap was even music, and being told, fuck Jay-Z, listen to the Beatles. Fuck your music, listen to Led Zeppelin. Fuck this, listen to. You don't know shit unless you've listened to Queen. You don't know shit unless you listen to fucking this artist, this band, that band, this band, that band. And you know what the fuck I did?
Well, they were right.
You know what
and
the fuck I
listen,
did?
And you listened to them.
I fucking listened to them.
I know, you're good like
listen
that.
to them? Did I listen to them so that I could shit on them? No.
No, you listened because you wanted to find out the real reason, and that's what I like about you.
But you're not doing that for me. You're not listening so you can find out the reason that it's good. You're listening.
No.
And what you're hearing is
the reason it's
the
always
switches
involves rock.
Oh shit!
No,
another fucking.
I'm just kidding.
Another fucking thing. Look, you got to in order to appreciate hip hop, you have to understand that it was a revolution in music.
Of course, I understand that. I was there. I was working at a record store when.
But you're calling it stealing.
Okay, I didn't know that. To me, that's not offensive. I'm just talking. Just like it offends some people.
Look. I'm not talking about whether or not it's offended.
I just want to listen to music.
I'm not offended, but you won't tell me whether or not you think that stealing is ethical or unethical for a musical artist, which is what I asked you when you said that it was stealing.
Everybody.
Do you think that what Wyclef did, supposing he went to the Bee Gees and said, please, may I use your track because I have an idea for it, and they were like, go ahead, just make sure we get paid, and he's like, hey, you're going to get most of the money anyways, it's all going to you and everything. Do you think that what Wyclef did on this track was unethical simply because it was unoriginal music and he took it from another artist?
That's ridiculous. Unethical. No.
As an artist.
No.
In the same way that I was asking about, like,
it was, he's obviously big enough that he got permission long before they ever did it. I'm sure. And he had a great idea because he knew it was great. He did it. They wouldn't have put it out without permission. All because of copyrights. I know all this stuff because of copyright law. And he knows all that because of copyright law. And I don't know. He loved it. He respected it. He tributed it. I don't understand what the problem is. I just can't relate to the lyrics.
You don't think that calling something stealing from another artist is dismissive of that music?
Led Zeppelin stole from the blues bands, and one of my favorite bands of all time. That shouldn't be.
On what song?
Almost all of them. The early albums were blues albums that they. Squeeze My Lemon Till the Juice Runs Down My Leg was a blues something for probably Willie Dixon or something. Mm-hmm. They did a lot of those the huge lines were stolen from The Soul of a Woman, Big Leg Woman.
See, I don't mind the language because I'll tell you flat out, I stole Alessia Cara's beat. I stole Taylor Swift's beat. I stole the Maroon 5 beat. But when it's used to dismiss it, you can listen to me rock a Maroon 5 beat and go, hey, that's a hot track. We just recorded a good track.
Absolutely.
As opposed to going, well, it's a Maroon 5 beat. You know what I mean?
Can't believe you let a little bit of... I know words mean everything to you, but
I just feel like you're not recognizing what you're doing, but it's all good. It's all good. Let's play a punk rock song or a metal song. Let's play a Van Halen song. I was curious about Van Halen. Let's hear the greatness of the greatest band of all time.
Well, they were great because they were
not sampling and looping and using drum machines like a bunch of fucking gotcha.
No, I wish, I don't know why that bothers you so much. It shouldn't bother you. I would love to listen to more rap.
I know.
I would love to listen.
I already know. Your audience knows that you don't like loops in them, so you don't have to go back to that. You can recognize. You go, okay, well, you know, you brought me a track with loops.
All right.
Okay, but this is what I gathered.
Okay.
Acknowledging that too.
I'll try to. I can't. I just want you to. I don't know. I don't know what I want. I want you to play a song.
You want me to pick a song for us to listen to?
We can listen to Van Halen if you want.
Okay.
Van Halen's the funnest band in the world, and it doesn't seem like there's anything to have fun for anymore.
No, I got. You know what? You shitted on the punk pop just as much as you shitted on the hip hop. So you know what I'm saying? It's all love. How about we listen to Landlocked Blues?
What do we crack lacking? Landlocked Blues. I wonder if it's that.
If you walk away, I'll walk.
Is that it?
Yeah.
First tell me which road you will take. I don't wanna risk our paths crossing someday. So you walk that way, I'll walk this way. And the future hangs over.
What do you know about these guys?
More than you.
Who is it?
Bright Eyes.
Oh.
Until it falls all around like a cold, steady rain. Just stay in when it's looking this way. And the moon's laying low in the sky, forcing everything metal to shine. And the sidewalk holds diamonds like a jewelry store case. They argue, walk this way, no, walk this way. And Laura's asleep in my bed. As I'm leaving, she wakes up and says, I dreamed you were carried away on the crest of a wave. Baby, don't go away.
Real good. Real fucking good. The fact that they have her doing the background vocals almost brings tears to your eyes. It's all... This is what makes this...
Missing the hottest line in the song. Matter of fact, pull it back just a couple seconds.
If you walk away, I'll walk away.
Further.
So I put... And there's kids playing guns in the street. And one's pointing his tree branch at me. And so I put my hands up. I say enough is enough. If you walk away, I'll walk away. And he shot me dead.
That little bastard.
I found a liquid cure from my landlocked blues. It will pass away like a slow parade. It's leaving, but I don't know how soon. Got me dizzy again. You think after 22 years I'd be used.
Is that all, 22?
He's young.
And it only feels worse when I stay in one place.
Man, all the good people do it young. I can't believe how good so many people did it in their like 20s.
This guy was called the
ink from my pen.
the new Bob Dylan. And he had such a Bob Dylan response to it. They said, oh, you know, they're always going to compare you to people.
Yeah.
That's such a Bob Dylan response.
That's a good one.
If you love something, give it away.
That's good.
A good woman will pick you apart. A box full of suggestions for your possible heart. But you may be offended and
It just sounds like it's recorded in an empty wooden room, an old house, you know.
Are you shitting on it?
Are you kidding? That's what. No, it just sounds so natural.
It's funny how it's positive on this song.
That's completely positive.
Right, the underground elements of it.
That's completely positive.
The organic human elements.
Oh, it was recorded in a nice studio, I guarantee it, with a lot of nice gear. But they made it as natural as could be, and they did it live, I bet.
And our freedom's a joke, we're just taking a piss. And the whole world must watch the sad.
Maybe she reacted him after the fact, but I bet she was right there with him.
Cause we're coming for you.
What?
I was just wondering, she might have been reacting to him after the fact, but I think she was right there.
You're probably right. It's probably all live. I mean, this guy's the new Bob Dylan. What you talking about?
Yeah, right. They were doing it, and they took a performance.
Connor Oberst. Do you know Bright Eyes?
I've seen that name a few times, but no, I don't know nothing about Bright Eyes.
I like poetry music, man.
Oh, this is great, and I love music that I've never heard before. That's the point. See, that's the point. We're just listening to music. You don't have to worry about it.
You'll be free, child, once you have died.
It's over in 3 minutes. That's what I love about it.
So this one's actually a pretty long song.
Yep, 5:47.
We've talked over some really, really dope lyrics. Like, if you get the chance, you should probably study this.
Well, don't be offended. I don't care about anything enough. I don't know I don't know a lot of Black Sabbath lyrics.
I'm only saying that you would be better for it. Not that you need to.
I know.
But since we just played that, can you play At the Bottom of Everything? Because I would really love to hear that song right about now. Right there. Just down one. I knew what you were talking about. It was like at. Oh, I know where you're going with that. As a matter of fact, no, stop. Last one didn't have lyrics. Let's see if we can pull up one with lyrics.
Okay.
At the Bottom of Everything, lyrics. Because this dude is a fucking beast with the lyrics. Alright, let's see what we got. There we go. Let's pull that up.
Where's Bright Eyes from?
I don't know.
There was this woman, and she was on an airplane, and she was flying to meet her fiance, sailing high above the largest ocean on planet Earth, and she was seated next to this man who, she had tried to start conversations, and the only thing she heard him say was
dramatic pause.
His Bloody Mary, and when she was sitting there and she was reading this really arduous magazine article about third world countries that she couldn't even pronounce the name of, and she's feeling very bored, very despondent, and then suddenly there was this huge mechanical failure, and one of the engines gave out, and they started just falling in 30,000 feet. The pilots.
You don't hear an audience, but it sounds like he's
saying, "I'm
He's
sorry,
definitely in front of
sorry.
him.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm apologizing." And she looks at the man.
It's like you could hear him reach for his drink away from the microphone.
And he looks at her.
Says, "We're going to a party."
He says, "We're going to a party.
It's your party.
It's a birthday party. It's your birthday.
With 7
party.
berries.
Happy birthday, darling. We love you very, 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 very much." And then he starts humming this little tune, and
It goes like this.
And it kind of goes like this. It's
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Check out the lyrics. Okay.
Must talk in every telephone, get eaten off the web. Must rip out all the epilogues from the books that we have read. Into the face
face of every criminal strapped firmly to a chair. We must stare, we must stare, we must stare. We must take all of the medicines, too expensive now to sell. Set fire to the preacher who is promising us hell. Into the ear of every anarchist that sleeps but doesn't dream. We must sing, we must sing, we must sing. And it'll go like this, alright. While my mother waters plants, my father loads his gun. He says death will give us back to God, just like the setting sun is returned to the lonesome ocean. And then they splashed into the deep blue sea.
Finish the story. That line that just happened, I didn't emphasize it enough. While my mother waters plants, my father loads his gun. He says, death will give us back to God, just like the setting sun.
Blend into the choir, sing a static with the whole. Must memorize 9 numbers and deny we have a soul. Into this endless race for property and privilege to be won. We must run, we must run, we must run. We must hang up in the belfry where the bats and moonlight laugh. We must stare into a crystal ball and only see the past. Into the caverns of tomorrow with just our flashlights and our love. We must plunge, we must plunge, we must plunge. And then we'll get down there, way down to the very bottom of everything. And then we'll see it, oh we'll see it, we'll see it, we'll see it. Oh my morning's coming back. The whole world's waking up. All the city buses swimming past. I'm happy just because I found out I am really no one.
Cool. He's got that quiver. Who does he sound like, that quiver?
I think that's really what they were saying. They were like, you're really poetic, but you got a shitty voice, just like Bob Dylan.
Right. That's pretty much it. He does, because it's lyrics. They keep coming.
That's what I love about Dude. I love artists that can have a voice that is not necessarily marketable, but their words are so powerful that you recognize their greatness, and you can't help but to acknowledge it.
Yeah, you know? I mean, when did this come out? You know,
probably
13 years ago. That one.
Well, that's when that video was made. Want me to find out the release date?
Nah, it's all right. In that era,
it's the same album as the last song that I played. So it's I think it's Casadega. Let me see, Casadega.
Did you ever listen to the Modern Lovers?
No.
From the 70s. I kind of thought what's his name?
God bless it. Release date. 2007. It's not so early 2000s, late 2000s. I mean, you know, late 2000s until 2010s, I guess, you know.
The early 70s, there was this guy that was pretty popular, Jonathan Richman and the Modern Lovers.
29.99 feels more like late 2000s, right?
29? What?
Like the year 2000, like the future.
The year 2000's the future, yeah. We're not there yet.
29.99, right?
Yeah.
In the future. That sounds like what the phrase the late 2000s.
Oh, gotcha.
References, as opposed to like 2007. You know what I mean?
Right. That's the late 2000s.
That's the late aughts.
100 years later.
Aughts. That's what the young kids are saying. That's what they say for the 2000s era. Between 2000 and 2010, they call it the aughts. You know about this?
No.
AUGHTS. That's how you refer to the years 2000 through 2009 nowadays.
I can't think any music I liked through those years.
Really? None?
No, I don't know.
Come on.
Just saying that.
Hey, did you like that song? Okay, what did you think of that song as compared to the other song? You really liked the first song.
Wait, what did we just play? Oh, yes, we played the song that sounded like, yeah. I liked the first one much more.
Much more? You didn't dig this?
This was a good performance. Like, it felt like he's sitting on a stool in the bar for you, you know, and there was a lot of charm to that. You know, he's good at that. He's fucking flawless at that. You could see he can talk and he can perform. He ain't gonna fuck up.
Right.
He's a performer. Because there was a million times I was listening to that and you know it was a live take and you're like, and if you're sitting here hitting record, you're like, he's gonna fuck up. How many times, but he didn't fuck up.
So are you saying that you are of the impression that the entire song was a live take from that same audience where he recorded the introduction? Because I was always under the impression that the introduction was from a moment where he was in the audience and then he sampled that into the actual studio recording.
I have no idea.
But I don't know. That is a good point. He might have just taken it. It might just be a straight up live track.
I wouldn't doubt if the beginning was separate, but
no, especially the way they're like, he's like 1 2 1 2 3 4. Well, I don't know. I always felt like he shifted it over to match up.
Either way,
but yeah,
I don't.
That's crazy.
When you go back and think about it, the beginning might not have been all together, and they added them together. But the fact that he can do a performance like that, it's very, he's very
professional.
Yeah, he's professional. He's been in the bar. He's done
Before we move on to your song, because it's clear you got a song you're pulling up.
And I don't even care to play all of it. I just wanted to bring up the Modern Lovers because I know that guy was influenced by him.
Okay, well, before you bring them up, I'm going to go do the bathroom thing.
All right.
Gangster. I don't know how that's gangster. I'm just talking shit.
We're in a hurry. You can say that.
Or not if the administration or ICE is nearby. What? It's breaking the law. He's brown.
Breaking the law.
He's a brown criminal. Running to Mexico. And we're back. Not yet. I gotta get my mic on. You having a good time still?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, good.
Back in the New York groove.
I wasn't sure if I killed your buzz. I was hoping.
Well, no, I'm all right. It's just I feel.
Look.
I feel bad. I feel really bad thinking you hurt.
I was being genuine. That doesn't mean that I was being, A, sensitive, or B, offended.
Well, being sensitive is fine because it's a good thing.
What?
But sensitive is a good thing, but
no, that's fine. That's fine, and I am a sensitive person, but I wasn't being sensitive in that moment. What I was doing, see you.
I'm just so dismissive.
You were shitting
it just
on
seems.
My music. I was shitting on not your music, but rather the shitting on my music that you were doing. That's all.
I guess I just don't. Yeah, I've never been I don't care because of.
Right, you don't give a fuck. Why should you give a fuck? It's not your music. Let's go on.
I've my music's been hated forever. Now, I obviously listened to this once, but this is from '72 or something, and he was kind of the, again, he was the poetic guy of the time, Jonathan Richman.
What a way to sell him on me. Is that why you're bringing him up? Because I kept saying that.
Well,
poet.
Yeah.
Cool.
And this is just it's a kind of an early. They're credited as a little punky, but not heavy. You can tell they're just kind of making. He's almost making up the vocal. He's almost making it up.
Do you care about this video?
No, not at all.
Pull up the lyric version of the same song, so that way I can see a little bit even, and I won't have to worry about whether or not we're talking a little bit because I can still see the lyrics. Pablo Picasso lyrics. Scroll down. It's right there.
Yeah. To tell you the truth, I don't even care about the song.
We don't have to listen to it if you don't want to.
I would just listen to some of it.
You just want me to.
Oh, is your phone sitting on it again? Yep.
God.
And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2. And I think we're ready to try these with music.
Okay, this is weird.
It looks like it would be fine. It's just the way the lyric video person chose to open up the video.
Some people try to pick up girls and get called assholes. This never happened to
See, that's a great lyric.
No, it's just funny and goofy.
I would have missed that.
And this is all New York, early punk, almost punk, or Boston, that East Coast.
No, I love it, man, dude. I love anything that's like anything that you like that you're like. Well, that's kind of punk.
Well, just
I promise you, I love it.
More than anything, I brought it up because it influenced a lot of others. But it's not a favorite or anything. I do appreciate him. It's just so funny. Not like you.
Huh. And it's funny to think about what we know about Pablo Picasso.
Just right?
What do you know?
I don't know.
You know one thing. You know one thing. Oh, does he talk about it?
That's some distortion. You know, he was making up half the lyrics as he went along. He knew the basic thing.
I'm saying, do you know about Pablo Picasso cutting off his ear?
Yeah.
Right. He gave it to, that was his way of courting.
Yeah.
That dude was courting.
He's a lover, not a fighter.
I'm saying, he's a fucking crazy motherfucker. That's psychopath shit. You know what I'm saying? That's that like fine line between genius and crazy. Huh?
I'm finding this video to be perfect for this now. It's
yeah, right?
More entertaining.
That's why I said just give him a chance. You know, you got to open yourself up past whatever preconceptions you already have when you're going into it. You know? Just something to think about. Whatever. You know? Something to meditate on, maybe.
I forget it. I smoke so much pot, 3 minutes is gone, and it's whatever. On to the next. That's my deal.
That's what I say. Let's just get retarded up in here.
Get retarded. I love that.
All right.
I love that. Maybe we should watch Let's Get Retarded.
I wonder if you could even find it
I
on
did.
YouTube.
I watched it because you told me about it. I didn't know that was the truth. I really appreciated the fuck out of that they do Retarded. And then I watched the other. And then
it's not just them. It's like a callback. Let's get retarded.
Yeah.
Like that's a way of saying let's fucking get fucking wild and
party. Come on.
Wild. Yeah. Let's just fucking do it. I said wild twice, didn't I? Let's get wild and wild.
Let's get wild.
All right, this is it.
Hey, would there be able to be guests like that I bring on? Like maybe you have an episode of me and another person.
We could do that. If they could fit on the couch and their head could go right there.
Right here? I'd be like, my dude from church. I don't kiss.
Never got called an asshole.
Oh, I got. Well, no, actually, I really. I mean, I'm sure I must have gotten called an asshole, but I don't recall. You know why? Because I'm not an asshole.
Right.
So if I get called an asshole, I don't take it seriously.
You should.
It's like, I'm rubber, you're glue. You know what I mean? You're just projecting onto me.
It sucks when really hot chicks cut you down, though. That can tear you down. Other than that.
Yeah. No,
Other than that, who cares?
I'm not bold enough to talk to those people. You know what I'm saying? Those human beings that are what you just said, man. I don't really. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, my turn, right?
Yeah.
My turn. Okay, let's do the Postal Service.
And don't be afraid to do rap.
Such great heights. Do you know this song?
Not at all. I can't recall any of this here.
Oh, with lyrics. Yes, with lyrics. Forget that. Everything has to be with lyrics because it's always lyric. Get it away from the bottom. That way you can see the. It doesn't. You don't see all the details. The audience don't want to see that shit. They just want to see the show. Yeah. They know this song. They love.
They
this
probably
shit.
do. I don't.
No, I promise you. They're like,
no, I know.
How does Jamie not know such
90% of the people know more than I do about music.
How you
I don't
feeling
know.
This dancey techno, like.
I'm getting there. Let's see.
EDM shit. Watch how they flip it on you. It's gonna be snotty. Snotty.
I'm thinking it's a sign that the freckles in our eyes are mirror images
You're not feeling it.
Oh, I like this more than anything you played.
Really?
Because it's poppy.
Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Is that just you vibing to the music?
Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, you're like,
I'm not saying no.
Oh, that's what I thought it was.
I'm hitting on the snare.
Yeah, but everything is perfect from calm down now, but we'll stay.
They keep the vocals all real dry. There's never a delay. They cut a lot of low end out.
Are you familiar with Death Cab for Cutie?
Yeah, a little bit. I couldn't.
It's vocalist. What are we doing?
Death Cab for Cutie.
Really?
I thought that's what you said. Oh, okay. I couldn't understand you. I thought you said.
I said, are you familiar with Death Cab for Cutie?
And then you said something else.
This is their vocalist.
Oh, this is their vocals. I thought you were saying let's go there.
They will see us waving from such great heights. You've never heard this before? See, this is.
I wouldn't have any idea where I'd hear something like this. I live here, I don't move. No.
I heard this because of the internet. So it wasn't Georgia, I don't think. Although my people in Georgia know the song. But Death Cab for Cutie. Matter of fact, do you know Death Cab for Cutie? Like,
I can't remember one of their songs, but I'm sure I've heard some.
I'll tell you what song I fuck with from Death Cab for Cutie is that but not Stop.
We've heard
is
it.
I Will Follow You Into the Dark. I
was just looking to see if it came up.
Next down one. Lyrics. There we go. Let's get the lyrics up. So this is him with a guitar and not production.
I came to listen to music, not go to school. I'm not reading.
Read that shit, man. Just look at it and let it wash over you. You don't have to read it.
Shut up! I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I was kidding.
This shit is real shit.
Love of mine, someday you will die. I'll be close behind. I'll follow you into the dark. No blinding light or tunnels to gates of white. Just our hands clasped so tight, waiting for the hint of a spark. If heaven and hell decide that they both are satisfied, illuminate the nose on their vacancy signs. If there's no one beside you when your soul embarks, then I'll follow you into the dark. In Catholic school,
as vicious as Roman rule. Yeah, I'm Roman.
I got my knuckles bruised
by a lady in black.
And I held my tongue as she told me, son, fear is the heart of love. So I never went back. If heaven and hell decide that they both are satisfied, illuminate the nose on their vacancy signs. If there's no one beside you when your soul
What are you thinking?
I'm just thinking it's one guy in a mic with one microphone doing his acoustic and his vocals at the same time.
Yeah, the band is probably better represented on other tracks. You know what I mean? But I'm a poet, so this is the song that I love.
I go straight to the obvious, you know. I know you want me to read the lyrics, and I go right by me. All I go is like, yes, is this timing right? Is this at least first time through? Yeah, it is. It's good for first.
I mean, it's Ben Gibbard. Do you know who Ben Gibbard is? Ben Gibbard is the fucking lead vocalist of Death Cab for Cutie, which I know because I expand myself beyond hip hop. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm glad you do.
I'm just saying.
How can you not?
I mean, I guess there is a system in place, you know, where other...
I can't imagine. I wonder if there's people that only like hip hop. I imagine.
Are you kidding?
But I would think that.
Are you kidding?
I would think you'd.
No.
I would
you
think
joking
you'd
right
like.
now? The way you just said that. Come on now. You know how many people are only into punk rock? You know how many people are
guess so.
only into fucking metal? You know how many people are only into? You don't think there's people who are only into hip hop specifically? Like fuck this shit that I can't show this song to.
I don't know why. Okay.
No, I'm passionate, dude. Don't take this as anger, man. This is love.
Well, let's find
Man,
some
feel
other good
my
song.
love, dude.
Let's find
Do
a
you
good
feel
song.
my love, man?
Oh, okay. The fact that was kind of a singer-songwriter type song.
That's what I dig when I dig fucking, y'all's, fuck. My voice just switched up, didn't it?
Oh, it sounds
weird.
good. Your voice sounds good right now.
That's why I haven't okay, now it's back.
Now,
to
I don't give a fuck about... I'm not sure what the lyrics are to this song, too many of them. Let's see. But this song was used on a Volkswagen commercial when they reissued them. He uses an interesting tuning. This was like 1970 or something. No later than 72. The guy was one of the first people that's clinically depressed and on antidepressants and really talked about that. And he killed himself right after this. But anyway,
true to brand.
He's just a real rocker.
True to the brand.
This song is less than 2 minutes long, and it's just a fun little song. Weird tuning.
Is that long?
Weird
Looks
tuning.
like it's 28 minutes.
Yeah, that's the whole album. But whenever I think of singer-songwriters, this is my first.
Saw it written and I saw it say.
It says lyrics. There ain't no lyrics.
Lies.
None of you.
Who is this?
Nick Drake.
No, who is this YouTuber that posted this video?
What you talking about, Willis?
Q1201, you liar.
Let's find one with lyrics then, so that you can see.
You liar. Q1201, you said lyrics, there ain't no lyrics. Ain't no lyrics. What about this one, the first one? It looks like it's got lyrics. Pink Moon? She's got words on the screen
Okay, 2
already.
minutes and 54 seconds. Well,
why did you pick the other one? Because it had the cover right?
Well, it said lyrics. That's why I chose
Oh.
it. And I don't know what the fuck this is. It'll
show the lyrics.
But this song doesn't have nature sounds.
It'll fucking fade out and the song will come in.
I wonder who did that.
Wait. It's
This
probably
must
shorter
not be,
than... No, you said it was
I
like
said
a
it was,
minute.
yeah,
And
it's finally coming in.
So they're going to fade that out.
I know, they did their thing.
That's just them making it like copyright infringement.
It's a beautiful picture.
It is nice.
There ain't no lyrics, but that's all right.
No, that's annoying. That's like fuck you too. Who is this? Now I want to say fuck you to them for lying. Stop lying.
Yeah, let's just enjoy it for 2 minutes.
Cool. Fuck you. That's from here. Did you hear me?
I couldn't understand you.
That's exactly what I heard from the guy.
What'd he say? What do you think he said? I can't pause it. Oh, there it is.
No, I'm saying you couldn't understand me.
No. Oh.
I couldn't understand him.
I can't understand him
I was
either.
doing an impression of somebody who you couldn't understand. But press play so we can continue to understand him. It's good. It's good music. It's good music. I wonder what he's saying.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
You don't even know.
I saw it written and I saw it say, what?
This is my favorite singer-songwriter.
No, I don't love him or nothing. It's just he comes to mind as a real enjoyable. I don't care.
Can I go
enough.
next?
Yeah. I don't care enough to say I must know his lyrics or I must know all his songs. And though I do have everything he owns. I mean, everything he put out. He did 3 albums and I put them out. I got him because I got into this song. But I still.
Is this the song that made you get 3 of his albums?
Yes. And hearing his story about being
so what is this
killing
song
himself
about?
from.
Like, I can't fucking hear it, but you know what the song is about. What's it about?
I'm not sure at all. I have no idea. It doesn't.
What?
No.
What? Wave over it. Wave over it right now. The video. Oh, it's done.
It's over. It's over. It's a real fast song.
All right, type in, Against Me. You know Against Me?
I don't know.
Against Me. Baby, I'm an Anarchist. Lyrics. Scroll down twice. Good lyrics. Yes. Let's listen to this. You like ballads?
Sometimes.
This is a ballad.
Like Mazzy Star.
Where's my bowl? Oh, there we go. I think it's still alive. Good fuck.
Through the best of times, through the worst of times, through mixing out the bush. 236, we went our separate ways. You fought for Stalin, I fought for freedom. You live in authority, I live in myself. I'm a Molotov cocktail of Dom Perignon, baby, what's that? Confused look in your eyes, what I'm trying to say is that I'm putting down buildings.
While you sit in the shelf inside of them. Cause baby,
I'm an anarchist. Your spine is liberal.
Yeah. Takes me that Starbucks window, you left me all alone. Come on now.
Well, I hope it doesn't offend you that it does nothing for me.
No? You're not feeling this shit?
It's funny that they're using the 50s. Black flag.
What is this? Is this sativa indica?
What's that? It's just some ounce I bought, and there's 3 different kinds of weed poured into that.
Dominant. No wonder I'm so vocal. And marry the state. That's where the line from my album, where I say, I moved to Colorado just to marry the state.
To make a mistake?
I moved to Colorado just to marry the state, and I can carry the weight like your chariot awaits. That's where it came from. It was a reference to. I was recognizing that I was taking how should I put it? A position that aligned with the system when I moved to Colorado.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what you were coming to do a job when you came to Colorado? But what do you mean, a position that aligned with the system?
Well, I felt like when I was living in Georgia and when I was living in Florida, I was protesting the system 100. You know what I'm saying? Government, educational system, court system, all of that. And one day I realized that when you're protesting every element of society, you're basically protesting the person right next to you.
Of course you are.
When you go to work.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like I was
I see a lot of people doing that on Facebook.
Well, no, I had coworkers who would say forgive me, the dumbest shit. You know what I mean? Like, I would be protesting like the war on terror or the bullshit around what Bush was doing during that time.
The war on terror and the
No, specifically war on terror, Patriot Act. You know,
Patriot Act was
that's what was happening. You know, and I would be talking. And I remember there was this chick.
Like USAID.
There was this chick at my work. I was working at Applebee's. I was a waiter at Applebee's, just fucking doing my common man hustle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, day job. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Making an honest man's pay for an honest man's work. You know what I'm saying?
And eating good, yeah.
And there was a chick who was a waitress at Applebee's with me. I was a waiter. She was a waitress or server, if you want to use gender neutral terms.
Whatever. No.
Right?
Nope.
But she was Native American. And I was talking about the shit, you know, the fucking bullshit, the system, the corruption.
Okay, and she's like, you want to talk about it?
And she was like, I just want to bomb all them Muslim people, just fucking get rid of them.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
That's a surprise.
And she was saying that as a mother who was scared by the media and the way they portrayed Islam in these other countries.
Sure.
And I was like, but you're Native American. You're supposed to be like not listening to this bullshit. Come on now, right? But everybody listens to the bullshit, right?
There's a little bit of truth to it, though. I mean, that when they want to come.
Okay.
There's certain ones.
Okay. Look,
But-
stop.
I'm just not sure what you're getting at.
What I'm getting at is that I realized that. Okay, so wait. First of all, before I move forward, if I try to get where I'm getting at, I gotta understand that you're on the page with the first premise.
There ain't nothing wrong with Muslims.
Not that there ain't nothing wrong with Muslims, but that the government is corrupt. You know what I'm saying? The state as we know it is corrupt. The game is rigged.
They use Muslims for certain purposes.
Forget
if
about
that's what
Muslims.
I'm not sure what you're getting at with that. I guess I will forget about it easily because I don't know.
Because the war on terror is just a game to get what? Oil, right?
And sell bombs.
Sure. War is profitable for the business owners, and I remember the first time I was talking to my homie, and he was like a real he was much more educated and smarter than me, and we were talking about government and the government officials profiting from war.
Of course.
And I was like,
it took a while for people. A lot of people still
it took a while for me to wrap my head around it. I was like, how does the government profit from war? The government goes in debt because of war. And he goes, no. We, as the American people, you, Jamie Hillier, and me, Rafael Roman, American citizen taxpayers, we go in debt because of war. But the people who run the government also own businesses on the side, and those businesses profit from war. They sell them screws and fucking whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying?
They know what stocks to
Nails
buy.
and
They know
hammers,
what stocks to buy. They go
whatever
everything.
little fucking detail, and they profit from the war, let alone arms and
and it's
ammunition.
even worse than you think.
You know what I mean?
They're
Right.
involved with
On all levels.
they're involved
Right.
with criminal activity.
Hold on, let me see where I was going with this. Is that we're talking about corruption?
Well, let's talk about a song that might come to mind. I hope that was where it was going, to a song. It came off of, I guess, the Baby I'm an Antichrist.
Well, this is punk rock. This is anarchy. You know what I mean?
My favorite punk rock, I think my first punk rock I loved was the Fun and Easy Ramones and the Sex Pistols.
Did you not think this was fun?
It was, I guess. But it was also kind of a tribute to the old, or what, I don't know how old was this.
Pull up.
It seemed like a tribute to the classics. the way that was very cheaply done, you know, just very on the fly.
Pull up Stop Against Me. Lyrics. All right, let's listen to this.
Good kick drum, real good kick drum.
See if you're feeling this.
It's way better than that last song, because the last song had horrible production.
Where's the lyrics? Where's the lyrics?
No, again, wrong.
No, let's pull out. Fuck that shit. It's not even that deep of a lyrical song, but I'm protesting these videos that say that they got lyrics when they don't got lyrics.
I don't like liars either.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not into lying.
Do you have lyrics in the search?
No, but we stopped there because it came fucking right up.
You know, if you tap on the arrow next to it, it'll let you like add that to your search plus add more. There you go. Let's start with that first one. Looks good. Fuck yeah.
Stop, take some time to think, figure out what's important to you. Stop, take some time to think, figure out what's important to you. Stop, take some time.
What did you think of this initially?
Well, it instantly makes me think of relax, don't do it.
Do you mind?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm a cowboy, y'all. America. Go ahead.
Against Me, okay. Yeah. But this one's much poppier and much well produced and all that.
And you don't. It's more repetitive as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that making you cringe?
Well, you know, I'll tell you the truth. You know, I can make fun of that forever.
Okay, stop the song. Stop the song. Pull up. Anarcho-punks are mysterious. Those anarcho-punks are mysterious. Acoustic with lyrics. Yeah. See, it's right there. Now. Make sure it's the acoustic version. Add acoustic to the search. Between lyrics and the song title. There you go. Let's hear it. Let's hear this first one.
Oh, first one? That seemed to work.
Oh, that was good too, but it's all good. Tell me how you feel about this. You know, I like it simple. Just give me the vocals and the fucking riff.
We're all presidents, we're all congressmen, we're all cops, and waiting we're the workers of the world.
I guess I just don't really like protest music.
And the dispossessed, and it's only about survival. Who has skill to play?
Wow.
Reaching out, scared kind of perfection. Let's try and keep as much emotion out of.
So you're already good?
Well, I think I've heard it.
Let's try not to remember any.
It's called, you know, the campfire guitars, and he's yelling. But I'm sure he's got a message to say.
You called it protest music, though. Before we stop it.
Well, that's his point.
Before we stop it, you called it protest music. I want to know what you think he's protesting.
Oh, I don't even know. It's just the attitude came to me. You know, it's not.
It's called punk rock, man.
I'm sure he.
The fuck you talking about?
Sure,
attitude.
I'm sure. Yeah.
You don't like punk rock.
I guess not this kind of punk rock. I don't know.
You like punk rock that's friendly and happy and making the party go
I don't
along.
know. I grew up.
Let's go.
I grew
hey, Oh.
I grew up on that, and I grew up.
I wanna be sedated.
I grew up on, the Misfits.
Well, Misfits are cool, but then you can't shit on Eminem talking about murder if you enjoy the Misfits, because it's also
right.
theater.
Hack the heads off little girls, man.
Well, I mean, it's theater. It's the same concept. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
I mean, matter of fact, I recently recognized, because I was digging deep, because you know how much I love horror movies. And we haven't even talked about horror movies. I wanted to talk, you know what, can we talk about this? Can we turn this off for a second? Can we turn music off for a second? I want to know who's your comedian.
We've already been for like 2 hours and 24 minutes after stopping. Jesus Christ. The second one, I don't even know how long the first one, I don't even know how long that was. So I think we better do one or two more, or be done and do it again.
Let's call it.
All right. If you got the good one, though, that you were going towards.
No.
Or even
I just
a good
had
story.
Another place that I wanted to go with the podcast.
If you'd like to go ahead and say it, go right ahead.
But you're right. We've been going for a
long time.
So
when we didn't even do any rap songs, we sure talked about rap.
What are you talking about? We did plenty of rap.
Well, like 3 or 4.
You know, all the ones that you remember. You remember when you were like talking about stealing?
Yeah, I remember that.
And like loops and drum machines and like fake music. You know, we were doing rap. We were doing the shit that steals from real music, like rock. You know, Van Halen is the greatest of all time.
They're just fun. They're
Van
just
Halen.
They're a good influence. I like the band.
You know what I really love about Van Halen? No loops. I love the no loops, and I love the fact that none of them are gangsters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know,
none of them are from
they grew up
any disenfranchised black neighborhoods in the South. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that really appeals to me. I feel like that's a really marketable demo. Because I mean, how many people?
I know they probably grew up surfing, and I did not. So I can't relate to Van Halen. What the fuck?
But you love them. How do you love them?
I
if you don't relate
know.
To them?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? There's something. I think
But
there's
other
something that
things.
you relate to them about.
I think there's other things.
I think there's something
it's sex,
that we're
drugs,
not.
and rock.
There's something that we're not talking about that you're relating to them about.
It's sex, drugs, and
something
it's
that's
just,
different than like the rap.
It's a good party atmosphere.
You know, from the streets.
Yeah,
that I've been playing.
The streets.
You know, there's something different about Van Halen.
My streets.
That you can
I grew
relate
up
to
in a
them,
town of
as opposed to like Vince
people.
Staples, who's a revolutionary artist, totally worthy of any accolade that may come his way. God bless him, let him succeed and grow by the multitudes. You know, but there, I feel like there's something else that keeps you closer to Van Halen than a Vince Staples.
Well, you know, you always love what you grew up on. You know, Van Halen came out in 1978. I was 10 years old, and I caught on to it. It was instant love. And I probably wouldn't have felt the same way if I heard it today. I'd make fun of it in 1,000 different ways. I can make fun of it in 1,000 different ways because I know it so well.
No. On a human level, like real, like talk.
You always love what you liked when you were a little kid, and that's all there is to it.
This is me going from joking around with you to talking to you on some real shit.
And that was the most serious thing I could have said. That means everything.
Which provoked.
You always love what you.
Which provoked a serious response.
When I was
which, if you'd like to hear it,
old, guy, of course I do.
If you'd like to hear it, okay. What did you just say?
Well, you always love what you loved when you were a little kid, and that's a big reason I don't love rap, and a big reason I do love a lot of really stupid stuff. Because you loved it when I was a little kid. You love what you love when you're a little kid. I loved Kiss when I was a little kid. That was stupid as fuck. I loved.
I had a thought and it went away, you know. But I think that.
But I still have an extreme.
Well, first of all, before we cut off this performance, let us on the air, on the record. You know what I'm saying? Clear the air.
Yeah.
Right. It's all love, right?
Of course.
You got love for me just like I got love for you, right?
I sure hope you were.
Okay, but
you
look,
obviously were offended, though. You brought it up. I can't imagine.
No, see the way that you say that I'm offended, that offends me. Because no. Look. Because I'm trying to clarify something, and for the record, for everybody who's watching this show, hopefully, you know what I'm saying. In them points when I sounded whiny or like I was frustrated with something.
You're obviously passionate.
Tell me what I'm thinking about.
Well, I don't know for sure, but extremely passionate about it and offended by me. You were offended. I was. That was my word for it. By.
That's your word, even though
you just said.
I am telling you flat out that I am not offended.
Well, okay. I just don't know why you went on with it so much because because to me it shouldn't matter at all. Because
I don't want people to watch your program and call fake news. Okay? So I wanted to clarify what the fuck we were talking about. And that seemed to offend you.
Well,
you know, but no.
To me, it was just letting me pass by.
Jamie, fuck all that noise, man. Look, man. Let's get past all that. What I was gonna say is that you're gonna keep all that shit in, right? From earlier, you know, like that's not gonna get like the points that we were making, the discussion we were having, the passion that we both shared, while not being offended.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Well, thank you for not being offended.
No, see, this is the thing.
I wouldn't think you'd be offended.
No,
but you really wanted to.
I want to clarify, and I still don't think that you understood my point. But I think that it's possible that your audience might understand my point.
Yeah, I bet you. I hope they do. I hope they do. I hope they can educate me.
And regardless or not, we can move forward.
In the comments,
we can move forward. You said this program is about what? Dudes kicking it,
sitting around listening to music.
You're gonna keep this segment in as well, right? You're not gonna censor this conversation with me, right? So this is about dudes, friends, coming together, share music that we love. If not, other aspects of culture such as entertainment or whatever, movies or whatever.
Or we don't, just because it came to our head.
But
because I put on songs I don't like.
But should you not necessarily hear as much hip hop represented moving forward? You know what I mean? That's okay. Because maybe this program is not necessarily
I want you to bring a lot of it.
Aware enough and
most of my
respectful
friends
enough to appreciate what is happening with the hip hop. Like not open enough to hear what is being said to bring this aspect of the culture forward. So So if I play songs, if you see me, the hip hop artist, and Rafa, he's a hip hop guy, get on here and play songs by fucking Death Cab for Cutie and Bright Eyes. It's because I fucking love poetry music and I love this music. You wanna listen to music? I'll share some great music with you and we can vibe with that because I'll share music that you're capable of vibing with. Capable of understanding.
I bring up a Barry Manilow song just because it was a moment in time, you know. I don't like it,
but not only for the record, it's not just hip hop. This guy hates fucking dance. Like, don't play a dance song. Don't play it like a techno.
I want to hear this stuff. I want to hear it. And I want to hear why you like it because I would love to be.
It doesn't seem like you want to know why I like it as much as you want to express why you don't like it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But
I didn't think I was interrupting or anything, and I don't think.
But
it just doesn't bring.
I've
never learned to dance to this at this age.
It's not even about dancing, man. It's about groovy.
It is to me. That's
it's
what I'm
about groovy vibes.
No,
look, man. Music is good for
When a song is written for dancing,
stop.
It's not something I would listen to.
Let me talk to you on some real shit because I was just like narrating, but now let me talk to you.
Go ahead.
You recognize that music is good for like a million nuanced reasons.
For all different people, all different reasons.
That sounds dismissive.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about your personal experience with music as an individual. Forget about everybody else. Okay? Take a second. Forget about everybody else.
That's why I said that.
No, fuck everybody else. Look, I'm talking about you. I'm talking about something that you should be able to appreciate, that we all can appreciate, but fuck everybody else. You can also appreciate this even without everybody else appreciating it. You're not being politically correct.
I got plenty of really stupid songs.
No.
That I
what I'm
appreciate.
saying is that what did I just say?
I'm not sure what you're getting at.
I don't even remember what I just said. Can we rewind it?
No.
Alright. Look, man, I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
I know, you keep trying to talk me into something. I'm not sure what it is.
I don't think there is anything that our audience has heard that suggests that I am trying to sell you something, talk you into something, make you agree with me in any way, shape, or form.
Well, I just want you to bring out some songs, whatever thing you think of on the spot. It doesn't have.
I'll bring out songs that I think
and
that
we
you
play
may be
them,
able
and I don't want you to be afraid to play them because of what I care about.
It's not about being afraid about what you care about, I
care.
just wanted to be clear to my audience out there, anybody out there who's looking at me and knows me as the hip hop guy. To understand, look. I'm talking to my audience now.
The whole audience of the world will appreciate you way more than me. They like it. They like hip hop.
I mean, you know,
if you're talking about the world, they're very more.
There's a lot of elements to that. You know what I mean? But like, look.
I'm not part of that culture.
All I'm saying is that those who are looking,
I grew up
those who are tuning in
cornfields.
because my name is attached to this video, and they say, "Oh, that's my hip hop guy. He's going to represent hip hop on this rock and roll."
I
thing.
don't want
And then they find out that I'm not actually promoting hip hop. I'm just a dude.
Oh yeah.
That's
why I want you to promote hip hop.
I'm just a dude. Fucking playing some Postal Service or some Bright Eyes, and they're like, "Why the fuck is he not playing hip hop?"
Yeah,
it's
don't
because
do that because
I don't
of me.
think this is the program to play hip hop on, because it may not necessarily be able to be received.
I think you're overthinking.
In the right
I think you're overthinking.
Understanding that it should be received in. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, and maybe I'm overthinking that, but
really,
you know
because
what I mean? At the end of the day,
I think we should just keep moving
I'm just
forward.
a person. I'm just a human being who appreciates what he appreciates and doesn't appreciate it being dismissed.
Well, you're really
just like you wouldn't appreciate your shit being dismissed.
No, and that's when you said that. I'm like, no, I don't care, because it's been dismissed.
But
everything's
this
dismissed.
is the thing. I'm not petty enough to shit on the shit you play just because I want to make a point. I am going to listen to what you play.
I can make fun of everything I play twice as much as I've made fun of anything I've played.
I'm not petty enough to do that. I'm not petty enough to do that. I'm going to listen to
I'm just having fun.
Listen to what
fun.
That's it. Can you hear what I'm saying? Or you sit here and call me like fucking whatever? Like, look, you play something. I'm not petty enough to like sit there and shit on some great fucking classic rock album because because you're presenting it and I want to like antagonize you or whatever. I am naturally going to be open to the majesty,
and that's why you're here. You are open and talkative.
Should I shut up?
No, that's why you're here. I didn't mean that because I said that earlier, and I didn't mean.
No, I get that a lot, man.
Because
and I know it's a trait that I.
It's a little bit of both. You're
fucking long-winded. I know. But like, I'm also eloquent. I'm also fucking articulate, and I know that's part of the reason that I'm here.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, when I'm talking over a fucking track.
Well,
you're telling me you know, shut the fuck up, I can't hear the track. And then
it was only because you told me you wanted me to listen to that.
You're like, let's put on a track because we're talking too much without a track. So I'm like, okay, am I not supposed to be talking? And now here you are again as we're wrapping up, reminding me as I'm expressing my point to my audience that maybe I need to shut the fuck up a little bit.
I don't know. I'm just used to, when it comes to listening to music, you usually listen a lot more. But you do talk a lot. And I do like that about you.
I'm just trying to understand the program, the way that we're
It works.
I can't pause it.
No,
I can't pause it.
You can't.
You got your hands over there on
it changes with
on
every,
the laptop.
It changes
but like,
with
if I
every
could pause
person.
it, maybe I might pause it for a second and be like, "Yo, this reminds me of whatever," and then we'll have a podcast moment. But I don't know. You know what? I'll go watch your fucking other episodes. Maybe I'll emulate
They're exactly
something
like
that's
this.
something that's
Except
a little
for-
bit more in line with your rocker people that you have on, so that I can be more appropriate. You know what I mean? And fall a little bit more in line.
There's no in line. There's no appropriate.
Girl, we couldn't get much better. You know what I'm saying? Let's sing Teen Spirit instead of Rape Me, right? You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm referencing at all?
I know both of those songs.
Have you ever heard of Nirvana?
I know both those songs very well, but I don't know why you. Why were you comparing them?
You don't know the relationship between Smells Like Teen Spirit and Rape Me,
I guess
in terms of like a live performance.
Oh, I'm not. No, I guess not. I just know
No,
they were from two different albums. I didn't know how they related.
They were supposed to perform. For MTV.
Oh, and they played the song.
And they were gonna perform "Rape Me," and MTV was like, "Don't do that."
Or no, you mean the other way around?
Don't do that. Play Teen Spirit because we want that. And Nirvana was like, okay, and they started to perform
and then
Teen
they went
Spirit,
into it. Yeah, okay.
and then they flipped up to Rape Me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I remember that.
Okay, just like The Doors.
And Elvis Costello got kicked off the SNL for that.
He was supposed to switch up the lyric from "Girl, we couldn't get much higher,"
right,
to "Girl, we couldn't get much better." Man, I promise you, if you open yourself up to my world.
Well, I love everything you just said there.
If you open yourself up to my world, you'll get just as much richness as I got from opening up myself to your world.
Well, I'll say the same thing again. I hear new songs all the time, even new rock songs, and they do nothing for me.
I just
it's
don't
just
want
what you love when you're a little
to get
kid.
Shitted on to my audience. Anybody who's in my audience who's like, "Why the fuck isn't he playing hip hop songs?" Is because I don't want to play, our culture just to get shitted on. So
no, play it.
This guy Jamie,
play it and let them enjoy
it. He may not get it, but he's my dude.
Play him and let them enjoy it.
Can we shake hands? And this is my dude.
And this
he's not right
and
there.
Everybody knows this guy's extremely talented and great at what he does.
But he's my dude. We kick it. We vibe. We drink. We smoke. You know what I'm saying? And we enjoy music. And there's some things that he may be able to understand that I will show him. So Bright Eyes and
that was real good.
Conor Oberst, fucking Ben Gibbard of Death Cab for Cutie and the Postal Service. You know what I mean? Like I want to share with you poetry music. Maybe one day when you really recognize that I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Then when I share with you a hip hop song,
I know you love when you know what you're talking about. You go real deep.
No, because you're not hearing what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I play a hip hop song for you. You're commenting on something that's irrelevant to what the fuck I played the song for in order to dismiss it. And as a matter of fact, the reason why I'm feeling like you would appreciate it is because it is paying homage.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And in fact, praising and lifting up the music that you're familiar with and love.
And sometimes it goes that way, and sometimes it doesn't.
And you're calling it stealing.
I know.
It's harsh.
Like the Beastie Boys.
And it is disrespectful.
The Beastie
and
Boys
dismissive.
Stealing all those songs. Those heavy rock songs that
I
loved.
And we're cool. We're people. We're bros. We're
still fun to hear.
Hey, America is still together. We are still one. But I cannot tolerate that level of talk. I told you from the get-go. I said you can shit on the Bible before you shit on KRS One's I Got Next. Hip hop is like the core of my identity and my presence, and I can't tolerate that. I don't want to fight you on the show, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about physical fighting. I'm just talking about coming against you. I
just wish we'd keep going with more songs.
We did.
All right.
We did.
Anyway,
but you
we're
were
done
talking
now.
about 2.5 hours. Yeah, you know
We're
what I'm saying?
way done now.
So I'm just saying.
Shutting her down.
But I feel like, and this is all going to be kept in, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it should be known to anybody that tunes in because
I get it.
Rafa is associated with it.
It means
that
the world to
in
you.
fact, the reason why I'm not necessarily playing hip hop, should I not play hip hop? Because I may also play hip hop.
You should.
In a given minute.
But I don't know why.
If I'm playing
can't.
less hip hop, it's because I don't know that it will be understood. And
by me, and what do I matter? I mean nothing. There's
the host
there's
of the
60
show
people gonna watch it.
Guides the tone, and the audience is his audience.
Well, all my friends are old rockers.
Yeah, but if you just look, man,
and they all like rap more than I do.
You gotta understand.
They all like rap more than I do.
You gotta understand that. If you just brought rock to some fucking pop dude or whatever, and it was just you were cool, but he was giving you a platform, you know what I mean?
Oh.
And you're like, well, cool, I'll play some rock. And he's like, okay, cool, let's play this fucking clown music that nobody fucking likes, you know, whatever,
exactly.
that steals from pop. You know, you're gonna you're gonna be like, you know what, I'll see you later. I'm gonna be good. You know what I mean?
No, I
you're not gonna
completely
present.
get that.
You're gonna fucking rock on that shit.
Oh man,
so
no, I get it. Can you imagine? You know,
I want you
kids
to
liking
respect that
Van
the fact
Halen
that
or-
what I'm saying about hip hop as a representative of hip hop, because I am a representative and an ambassador of hip hop. What I'm saying about hip hop as I come forth in this moment on this podcast is that there are certain aspects of it that you're not getting, and that's fine. That's okay.
Hopefully it
but
because I would love to
as
enjoy
a friend,
something better.
As a friend, because
I
we're
don't
talking,
even enjoy much rock. I keep trying to tell you.
If you're talking over me, you're not going to hear what I'm saying.
But you're not understanding that I don't enjoy much
I'm
of
not
anything.
understanding him. That is the message of the show. Super Bitchin' rock and roll. Rock out. We're out.
It's like
Stay black.
nothing. I'm saying nothing matters that much.
Right. Nothing matters. Nihilism, y'all.
Not that.
Super Bitchin'!